have to hit the gorilla where he's susceptible. Nigga, if it's me, I'm jumping on the back of one of my teammates, right? I'm going to jump the gorilla, poke that nigga in the eye. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Jam. Nah, I'm saying it's JJ, AB, Allen, and Matt, the way it always is.
Let's get it.
That's becoming the thing now. The way it always is.
The way it always is.
I think
So
this has such like a big thing on our lives because we just be in the middle of the room saying the Jam.
Yeah, no, it's
We talk about
bad.
anything.
See, the things that we say, we will like try to plot out what we gonna talk about, but like the little sayings, we're actually just weird. So we just say it all the time. So we will be walking around the Jam. Just random.
Walking around the way it always is. He ain't talking to nobody.
I spilled coffee in the car. The Jam. Like on some dumb shit.
That's just what
But
it is.
we appreciate the love and support. The last episode has been going crazy. If you have
same
not
here,
watched it, go watch it. We talk about sinners. We go in depth about everything. We talk about Shannon Sharp, everything. I never plug an episode in the new episode, but the last one has been our
Please
biggest
go watch
one.
that shit, bro.
Yeah.
100%.
We hit 10K on Instagram. Yeah,
Clap it up,
Yes,
man.
sir.
10K on Instagram.
10K
It's
on
crazy.
Instagram.
Oh, and we're at like,
wait, what's gonna
10.9 right now.
What's gonna
Yeah.
hit 10K on TikTok?
we about to hit 10K on TikTok.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Y'all
Man.
have been taking the Jam
going
to
crazy.
another level, man.
Bro, it's
and
been crazy. Reddit videos, Twitter videos.
Yeah.
We ended up on
Crazy.
Kendrick Lamar's Reddit thread.
Yeah,
that's
crazy.
crazy.
bro. I'm like, okay, nigga, I woke up. I'm like, you know what? Let me type in the Jam in Google, see what happens. The first thing I see is Reddit. Hold on. I click that
Oh, shit.
Kendrick Lamar Reddit page.
Damn. That's crazy.
That's love.
2,000
Appreciate
upvotes.
y'all.
Just a thread of dick eating, but
Okay, this nigga, man. Like he wasn't agreeing in the clip. But we got a jam-packed show again for y'all today. We're gonna be talking about the Met Gala, everything upcoming. Alan's very excited for that. He says it's gonna be crazy, so I'm excited to get into that. We're gonna be talking about the deportation stuff that's been going on. Some more people got caught up in it. Some more U.S. citizens, like we fucking said, as written. Unfortunately, but we're gonna get into.
man. Not like we didn't tell y'all.
Yeah. We're going to get into all the details about that. We're also going to be touching on the NFL a lot. There's a lot of shit. Get all these politics out my sports, unfortunately. It's about to be nothing but that.
It's a bird. It's a
as
plane.
well, we're gonna wrap up. We're gonna talk a little bit more about sinners. We're gonna give you guys some more updates and everything. And then the last thing we're gonna talk about, AB, what's your topic?
We talking about it's a bird, it's a plane, it's Saquon Barkley.
So yeah, that'll fall under the NFL umbrella as well. Then we're going to answer y'all questions / respond to y'all comments in JaamTalks, the final 10. If you have not left a comment yet with hashtag JaamTalks, do that.
Please.
That's on every platform.
why
And
aren't
also-
they sharing?
Y'all gonna piss.
Why aren't they sharing?
Also,
why, bro.
share the video, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. It does not cost you anything to subscribe, and you can take it back, but you won't. So hit the button,
Hit the
all that
button.
shit.
Hit all the buttons.
All the buttons.
Bells and
whistles and doohickeys and shit.
doohickeys.
On every platform as well. We're going to be pulling comments from YouTube, but we do love everyone on every platform.
Yeah.
Spotify
Spotify, yeah.
as well. Y'all be going crazy on there. So thank you guys. Again,
And also, if you follow us on Instagram, we have a highlight that says Jam Talks. You can put your Jam Talks inside that Jam Talk highlight.
Jam talk. As written.
But let's get into it. It's been a week, and we're back on our regularly scheduled programming, which means we have to start with fit checks.
We do have to start with.
Do we never go in jam order? Should we do that?
Let's do
one?
jam order.
jam
today.
order.
Okay,
JJ,
all right.
you
Let's
go
do. It's going to kind of like. Oh, actually, it does go around this way if we do that way.
W.
So, okay, I'll start. Now I'm saying that the Columbias. We're going to skip over these pants because I've worn these 4 times. But then I got the Brooklyn Dodgers. Now I'm saying
Jackie Robinson on the back. You know what I mean?
all that shit because they try to get rid of it and shit. Like he not
Vote
a
the
great.
hair. I like the hairstyle.
Appreciate you. The
on,
jewelry. You know what I'm saying? The same piece it always is and shit. So
I'm glad y'all niggas don't got the high top fades of doom.
I know.
You
right?
want to know what's
Top
funny?
from
I
Zoom.
don't get comments about it as much because I think people fuck with my hairstyle, but I could would not like it stops before being like a high top of doom. I be
Like,
seeing people with the high top
it
locks,
goes-
bro.
it goes like
He'd be
here.
up here.
It goes down. This is all I'm saying. If it's up here, my nigga, you're cooked.
Jay got a good, Jay's definitely got a
DDG's
good
done
lock
for.
cut.
Yeah.
He said DD's done for.
Yeah. That's why I had to cut his shit off.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
AB,
we
what
gon-
you got on?
You know, got some pants off a TikTok shot.
Those are from
seen
TikTok
those
shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clean. It's clean.
Bitches
I thought
nice
they was
and they
Hellstar
comfy.
low key.
Yeah, so did I, because of the little.
Yeah, I
thing
know.
right
They
there.
just,
They just ripping
I'm
it.
like,
shit off.
wait a minute, this look like something. Hold on.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, got the mom in there, fies on it. Yeah,
sir, yes, sir.
got the all saint little crew neck on.
Shit
you know what I'm saying?
expensive.
Yeah.
I remember we went to that store. It was expensive as shit.
Don't even get me tight. Like,
Expensive.
Got the little
WW.
chain, you know what I'm saying?
W-
Zip it
W-
off to the other 8 and the
hold on the
Yeah,
other A. You know, wore the same Tim 6 weeks in a row.
6
Same
weeks
pants
wrong.
11 weeks in a row. But
11.
I don't think y'all seen the unreleased.
Oh,
Oh,
unreleased.
when are
Oh,
we
hoodie.
getting it?
Oh my god.
Announcement is coming soon.
True.
We've been talking to the
shit.
menus.
We've been
It's
talking.
W.
Okay, it's time.
It's
Stay
time.
tuned. Stay
You know
tuned.
what I
Stay
mean?
tuned.
I
Yes,
got
sir.
the
Rounding it off.
you know what I mean? I got the fours on, craft
Awesome
fours
shit
with
on.
the,
W.
you know what I mean?
You can't even see your legs and
the,
niggas floating.
I don't want to say that. I feel like that's is redneck a bad thing to say?
Nah, these the
Nah. Do you know what
these
time
the-
period we're in?
these the redneck shorts.
them the
You know what I
redneck
mean?
supreme.
On them, right? These the redneck. These the redneck joints with the little baseball,
Yeah.
oversized. You know what I mean?
Artificial.
That's the artificial
That's hard.
intelligence.
You got
Hold
the
on.
best team in the league on the C logo and shit.
No, I got that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Damn, hold on. That T is hard as shit.
Yeah, it got the baseballs. It got the.
It got the
hold on,
Braves,
I'll show you.
A,
Yeah.
the LA, the New York.
yeah,
That's hard.
We found this in a store, and I think who was it? It was you or
Yeah, it was
JJ
me.
was like, I don't want that hell, and I was like, I take
Yeah.
it.
I look at it.
I didn't
No, I
see it
look
'cause
at
if I
it-
would have seen it. I would have.
I look at it every day with regret.
Tackled him for
You
it.
understand? Like
that's
every day he puts it on, I'm closer and closer to taking it
Nah,
because
yeah,
I
hey,
wanted it.
They
And I was
already
like, I don't
take
wanna
off, bro.
oh, these are his.
Yeah, these are mine.
These are actually
Good God, bro.
And he bought
Wow.
these from me.
He doesn't get
Highway
any
robbery.
Done for. Okay. Let's get into everything and stop stalling for time
Question.
before we end up here for 5 hours.
Oh, bro.
So
No, we're done for.
Producer just laughed.
Oh, we're not getting that dinner. We always have this bet hour 30. We get the dinner. We're
Alan
never getting
always
that dinner.
makes the bet as though we're going
Right,
to
it's
finish this
never
in an
fucking
hour
happening.
30. It will never. Okay. So the one thing that I've been seeing to kick off everything, you know, we got to usually start off on a light note, but we're going to get real controversial immediately. I've been seeing this thing on Instagram and on TikTok where, like, I thought it was a joke at first, but we're actually, like, debating.
Oh, no, it's
Dead
not
ass.
just-
No.
it's everywhere.
It's
It's
dead
everywhere.
everywhere. Y'all seem to be confused as to whether or not 100 men could beat a fucking gorilla.
Silverback, full-grown silverback.
A big
Back gorilla. You think you be bro?
Okay, let's get this, like, let's put it in perspective. Okay, the vast majority of humans in this country have
all
not
that.
played.
I can beat that nigga.
You could.
I'm
gonna be so real.
Okay.
You
Hear
go
me out.
first, son.
No,
Go ahead.
because I've been thinking about this shit all night. So boom, right?
This
I
nigga
think the
finna get this-
problem.
You're done.
You about to do all this talking.
Look.
Go ahead,
I think
explain,
the
explain.
problem is, bro. The problem is niggas don't have a plan for real. Let me tell you the plan.
okay.
So imagine it's 100 people there. Boom, it's 100 people. I'm gonna let 99 go. They charge, right? They start getting beat up. You have to hit the gorilla where he's susceptible. Nigga, if it's me, I'm jumping on the back of one of my teammates, right? I'm gonna jump the gorilla, poke that nigga in the eye. They keep saying, oh, you know, the skin thick, but his eyes is not. Them is weak points. You poke him in the eye, so I'm on his back like this. I'm holding the nigga full Nelson.
And then he's showing his body.
Look, no, for real. You hold him on his neck. You poke him in his eye. Boom, boom, boom. Once the vision is gone, he's gone. Like his mental is gone. Yeah, for real. Once the vision gone, his mental gone. At that point, you'd have all, like, I say 20 people each on each arm. You pulling him like stretched out. You pulling the nigga stretched out.
So
And then you
I
take
have
him
a plan.
down.
I'm gonna be real.
no,
I
him
think
down.
I think
I
we're
think we
looking
can
at-
do it.
I think you can win because we're looking at it wrong, right? Everyone says everyone got to be
niggas are
committed.
losers.
I'm gonna be real.
Let him cook.
The first 30, they have to be on the highest doses of Adderall because we need the first 30 to
Drugs.
be committed.
Like we have drugs.
We have first 30. They
we
need
give
to be
all
on
100 of them
Adderall. Yeah.
people crack cocaine.
Because
nigga,
the
they're
first,
taking
I'm gonna
him
be real.
down.
This is the plan. The first 30 need to be committed.
Yeah.
So we need to get them the highest dose of Addy. Then the other 30, they need Hennessy because they need to be the second
They
round.
gotta be off some.
They have to
alcohol,
be
so
some
they not
sort.
feeling the
ask you
pain
a
for
question.
real.
I have to ask you a question.
What's
so
up?
so let's say you were walking down the side of the road, right?
Uh-huh.
And like 4 niggas approach you and they get to jump you and like
Done
beat
for.
your ass, right? And one no. Let's say one of them gets on like your back and pokes you in the eye.
Nigga, I'm done for.
Will you stay there? Or will you like flail your arms
I'm gonna keep
around?
it a bean.
And if you flail your arms around,
I'm gonna keep it
what
a
the
bean.
fuck do you
Okay,
think
okay,
this
okay.
massive
Hold on,
gorilla
hold on.
is gonna do?
This is the question I want to ask y'all. Have y'all
up?
seen the video of it was these tourists in like a forest or whatever, fully grown man,
He dragged the nigga.
the fucking gorilla took the nigga by the legs, just dragged that nigga like he was a piece of paper.
I'm not gonna lie.
This is what's gonna happen, right? 100 niggas lined up, gorilla standing in front, right? The first 10 niggas gonna charge and get the shit beat out of them, and everybody else gonna look around like, damn. I don't think we should do this shit. Have you seen
100 punches thrown at one time, bro.
No, I'm not gonna lie.
The first
You could
30
give-
gotta
you
be
could
committed,
give-
Avy.
You could give those 100 humans a notch apple and the key to immortality, and the first 30 are bodied within 5 seconds. I give.
I'm gonna be so
give
real.
That,
a
give
gorilla
that
snap?
gorilla the
How the
slightest
fuck-
inkling of being
how the
mad.
fuck can
It's done.
you- how can you rip somebody's face off with your hands?
What's all right? So what's the animal y'all think we could beat then?
I'm beating the shit out of a zebra.
He's been adamant that he's
I
doing
am
it.
whooping a zebra's ass.
I'm gonna keep it a beat with you now.
I need.
I'm gonna be so real.
I think-
me and you, okay, because you don't give us enough credit. Me and you, Henny on the side, we're beating a zebra's
With a
ass.
switch? No.
No,
We can't have no guns.
all hands.
You right. All hands?
Oh, and
I think we ripped the legs off a gazelle for sure.
Hell no.
For sure.
Off a gazelle for sure.
For sure.
I think.
I think I'm fairly confident in a fight against like an otter. But
Nigga, I'm curb stomping a penguin. Nigga, done for. I'm gonna have this dumbass looking like Surf's Up.
no,
I am eviscerating that nigga.
A fucking
get that nigga Allen to fit the Henny and put him in Antarctica.
Nah, but real
Get
shit.
cleared real
Real
quick.
shit. The starting 5, if we're going against a grill, I see a nigga's face getting ripped off, I'm going back.
All right, I got a question.
Yes.
All right, a quick question because we gotta keep going. But quick question: 100 shacks. You think they beating that gorilla?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
For sure.
no.
They might be
They
like,
have to be all committed.
Prime Shack.
That nigga was
yeah,
putting
100 shacks.
100 shacks.
He not.
I don't think they beating. I don't think the gorilla's winning that.
A
100
gorilla
Shaq.
has a bite force of like.
Nigga, Shaq got nigga.
Nigga, what do you think Shaq?
Diesel. It's big diesel, nigga.
Do that change bone density? It
Nigga,
takes
his-
like. It
nigga,
takes like.
Shaq and that gorilla probably cousins, like for real. Like, nigga, what? You saying bone? Have you seen that nigga's head?
I was finna be like,
Shaq
I
head
was
thick
finna-
as a motherfucker.
because we were talking about Shannon Sharp. I was like, what about 100 Shannons? But I think if there was a white girl next to him, he'd probably forget the gorilla.
All right, moving on. Next
subject.
Let's go.
Lakers in 5.
Lakers in 5. Gorilla in 5.
Done for.
Done for. In other news.
In other news,
Sperm cells.
Sperm.
Niggas is racing they sperm cells, I found.
I seen a
Hold on,
video.
slow down.
I seen a
Slow
video.
down,
Do we
slow
have
down.
the clip? We will have the clip. I'm gonna play it in a second. There's a video. It was
Niggas
from-
is doing what?
It was from ABC7. This official ass news.
ABC7
This
news.
official ass
ABC7.
news report was covering. I guess they did like were raising awareness about male fertility. So they
So
had.
let's race some sperm
They
cells.
raced a sperm. They had him come on
So,
stage.
wait.
How do you race sperm? How could you?
Wait, okay. I got to be the one to ask.
He's about to say some nuts.
So, like, they doing it on stage? Like they like
They don't harvest the sperm on
just
stage.
like beating they shit. Like what they doing?
Play the clip, please.
I have to be the one to ask. I'm asking everyone.
I would hope that ABC7 is not live broadcast.
Live ejaculation.
destroying the
They have to get a view for the whole process. So,
ABC7 News. Here
Business
live.
Insider.
We got
Vogue
Vogue
magazine
right now.
and we're live. All right, we can go to the Oh God.
Competitors' sperm put into a microscopic racetrack. And then there are
yelling.
the sperm literally captured on this screen, swimming to the
Like
finish
fucking
line.
Hot Wheels.
Perhaps this
Nigga, that
was
shit look
the
like
matchup of the night.
tadpoles.
Male students from USC and UCLA.
Cheering like they
In the
just won the World
Trojan
Series.
won.
They
The
got
Bruin
confetti
got
and
creamed.
shit.
Was this nigga in a
What did he say?
The loser got cream.
We won that.
The loser got what?
Said the loser
got
got
what?
cream. Wait a minute.
Yeah, can we see that? What did he say?
In the end, the Trojan won. The Bruin got creamed.
That's nuts.
Wait,
literally.
was this a collegiate level competition? Because
Yeah.
the Bruins are UCLA.
Yeah,
The
and
Trojans, are from somewhere. I don't know.
Fucking was it? Nah, it's not Michigan. I forgot.
I forget, but like that, it was collegiate.
I'm gonna be real,
level.
bro.
The
You give
Bruins-
white people enough time, anything's possible.
Yeah,
Anything's possible.
you're damn right.
Anything's possible.
You're damn
I've
right.
seen-
Them
screaming
niggas
about
do
anything.
I've
These
seen
fucking
Burley say
tadpoles.
like years ago that like white people are on life 2 or some shit.
Yeah.
Like these niggas do all
No.
types of random shit because they've already completed
They've already,
the basic.
bro.
Yeah.
We can't get past the basic.
I think
the
if it was
basic one.
Chicago citizens on that thing, like I think the sperm cells would manifest right on stage. That's how advanced these humans are here. That's how crazy shit get here, bro.
Would manifest.
not
like get over
mid-race, like it's a cursed spirit or some shit.
Just grow.
Oh, look at those guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that shit was crazy. Another crazy thing that I seen it yesterday. I didn't believe it, so I didn't say shit about it. Matt seen it earlier this morning. He told me about it, so I was like, okay, I'm not tripping. Then AB walked in and was like, did y'all see this? Yes, we're not tripping. The president of the United States' brain is so superfied that he genuinely thinks that like he genuinely thinks
move around
that
like this.
He
Stupid ass.
genuinely thinks that Kilmar Abrego Garcia went through all these processes that they couldn't prove he was an MS-13 member, and the whole time this nigga had MS-13 typed out on his knuckles
So
because he sat down for an interview.
Here's the thing, right?
He's senile.
Here's the thing,
He's
right?
senile.
I made a video on this. I'm like, yo, when I first seen it, it was a picture on his Twitter of him holding up a little sign. He MS-13,
This is the person
y'all.
everyone's saying is innocent.
Bro, I zoom in, it has his like regular tattoos that are on his knuckles, and then above it, it has some Microsoft Paint MS-13 on his knuckles.
Yes.
I'm like, there's no way this nigga just posted that shit. There's no way.
I'm like, oh, they're describing
Yeah.
what supposed.
I'm like, Trump is a damn idiot. But like, I'm assuming that like
So they
someone in his
Photoshop.
administration said this logo means M, this one means
Right.
S. So he's holding up the picture and be like, this is the translation.
And here's the thing,
No, this
everybody,
nigga think it's tatted on him.
Right.
MS.
and everybody and their mama was like, yeah, no, he's just saying that that's what those logos mean.
Mind
The
you, there are people
MS,
who are of that culture
dick
who are
eating.
like, that's not what that means.
I'm like, right.
Yeah.
This was
So
this morning.
we gotta play this clip, bro.
We have to go.
See
He
this
need to
clip.
get hit in his fucking head.
Yeah, no, I
Keep
think
in
he's been
mind,
hitting his
for,
head
for
way
the
one too
viewers
many
too,
times.
for the viewers too, when you're at home, keep in mind that niggas was saying he put the Microsoft Paint MS-13 on the knuckles to describe his tattoos.
Yes, to
keep that
translate.
in mind.
Yep.
Keep that in mind.
And then Trump sits down for an interview, and this is what happens.
Then they looked, and on his knuckles, he had MS-13.
There's a dispute
Well,
over that.
wait a minute. He had MS-13 on his knuckles
didn't say-
tattooed.
Oh, he had some tattoos that are interpreted that way. But let's move on.
Wait a minute.
I-
Hey, Terry. Terry.
He did not have the
Don't do that.
letter MS1.
It says MS-13.
That was Photoshop. So let me
That
just...
was Photoshop. Terry, you
He
can't
had-
do that. Hey, they're giving you the big break of a lifetime. You know, you're doing the interview. I picked you because, frankly, I never heard of you, but that's okay.
I knew
But
this
I
would
picked
come.
you, Terry. Hey, but you're not being very nice. He had MS-13 tattooed.
We'll agree to disagree. I want to
Terry,
move on to something else.
Terry. Do you want me to show you the picture?
I saw the picture. We'll agree to disagree. Here we go. Here we
Don't
go.
Photoshop it. Go look at his hand. He
Fair
had
enough.
MS-13.
He did have tattoos that can be interpreted that way. I'm not an expert on them. I want to turn to Ukraine,
No,
sir. I
Terry,
want to get to
Terry,
Ukraine.
No. He had MS, as clear as you can be, not interpreted. This is why people no longer believe the news, because
when
it's
he was
fake
photographed
news.
in El Salvador, they aren't there. But let's just go on. They aren't there when he's in El Salvador.
They weren't
Take a look
there,
at the
but they're
photograph.
there now, right?
No,
but they're there.
I couldn't tell you what this nigga's saying right
He's
now.
got MS-13 on his knuckles.
please.
Okay?
We'll take a look.
It's
All right.
just
This
a
nigga is
disservice.
letting him have it like he's a
Just
toddler.
say it. Yes, he does. And
No.
Why don't you just say yes he does? Because he doesn't.
No. He does not.
Guys,
not about to.
this is the most powerful individual in the world.
And got fooled by Microsoft Paint.
That's like an SNL skit.
Yeah.
Like the
That,
way.
yeah, that has to.
You
There.
couldn't like fabricate. He's like like we're describing something that is like blatantly not true, and he's just like he wants to die on this hill. He's adamant, like his brain
nigga die on that hill.
cells. His brain cells have hit the death
interview where he
territory.
come on Ukraine, sir. Please, please, Ukraine.
Yeah. So that was confidence inspiring this morning.
Anyways.
But besides that, man,
funny.
let's
Smooth brain
kind of
activities.
step away from how existentially fucked a lot of stuff
brain
is.
activities.
A lot of cool shit is coming up in the world, you know, still, despite everything. The Met Gala is happening, right?
That's hard.
Can we hear
This
about
is going to be the most in tuned into like the lead up of one that I'm going to be into it because obviously we talking about it now and everything. So I want to hear what your thoughts are.
Talk to us about why for the people listening at home and for me, because I don't know. And like I don't know anything. Talk to us about why it's important, like very important this year.
This Met Gala this year is the most important because it just represents us as people. They finally put black people on the stage. This is the first cast of the Met Gala where they had an all-black cast. It's Pharrell as like the main one. They have Pharrell, A$AP Rocky, Lewis Hamilton, and then they have Coleman Domingo.
Yeah, I
and-
remember seeing that come
hard.
out.
Yeah, and then they have LeBron as a co-chair. So it's like that. Yeah,
James.
LeBron James, and it's an all-black cast for this thing. And the main theme of this, I'm gonna read the whole definition. It's called Black Dandyism, bro. So when I heard about this, I'm like,
shit,
yeah,
dandy.
it's black. It's super fine tailoring black style, and it's called Black Dandyism. And I'm like, what is Black Dandyism? So going to super fine tailoring black style. So what that is tailoring black style presents a cultural and historical examination of black style from the 18th century to the present through an explanation of a concept named dandyism. In dandyism in the 18th century, black men, often in face of racial oppression, used fashion as a form of resistance and self-expression. Dandies embraced tailored suits, bold accessories, and sharp grooming, challenging societal expectations and reclaiming a sense of dignity. So essentially, So there was a book, I forgot the name of it. It was Slaves to Fashion. It was called Dandyism. It was Black Dandyism. And it was kind of like how slaves, like after being free, kind of like got their identity through fashion, and that's when they came up with suits and all that. And it was kind of like, it wasn't about the clothes, it was about black people kind of taking what's theirs and bringing them identity through fashion.
Because think about it, black people for like hundreds of years were the main like resource, like people used as resources to farm like cotton stuff that made clothes for white people, whatever. So it's kind of like that.
We
that
never get a
element of-
chance to
Yeah.
like wear this shit.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I think this Met Gala is so cool because it isn't just like it isn't like a commercial like black concept that you see a lot of things just slap on there like, oh, this is for black people. No, this actual has like a historical context. And I respect the fact that they did an all black cast because I think those creatives can actually embody that concept. When you have Pharrell's for Louis, I think he can do a good job with it. Rocky, we all know Rocky. Lewis Hamilton, you maybe you'll add a car in that bitch. I'm bullshit. He got it, but yeah.
Maybe you add a card.
But no, I think the whole cast gonna do us good, especially like having LeBron as like a co-chair there. And all the celebrities aren't confirmed, but they have a celebrity kind of like cast committee, and I'll read that to y'all. Hold on, let me pull this shit up. So you got Andre 3000, Simone Biles, Jonathan Owens, Dapper Dan, Doechii.
I was gonna say why.
yeah.
I can't wait to see Doechii
Yep.
shit. She gonna snap.
Ayo, I don't know how to pronounce her name. Ayo Adebri, she's the girl off the bear.
Yeah.
Regina King, Spike Lee, Janelle Monáe.
Regina King?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Angel Reese, Sha'Carri Richardson, Tyler, and Usher. Yeah. That's like that whole committee. Like the whole celebrity committee is all black committee.
That's hard.
Yeah. They even
I
have,
know they gonna lose they mind.
time
Yes,
about
bro,
that.
it's
Bro,
so
that's
cool.
gonna be crazy.
Hell yeah, and they have like
What if we
other-
did an all-white Met?
So what if we did talking about fashion?
talking like stop.
Bullshit, man.
Literally, and then on top of it, fun fact: this is like a menswear theme. This is the first menswear theme since 2003.
Wow.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a lot of people don't know. So
shit.
yeah,
Menswear.
This is the first one in our lifetimes.
yeah, first one that
W.
we've seen is about to be
Hell yeah.
crazy, and of course that.
I was here.
Nigga, you made
Yeah, we
it
was
one
live.
day.
He talking about he was here. Nigga, he was one of them eggs running around.
That nigga was barely breathing and shit. Nigga was bleeding the sperm.
Nigga got recruited out of the damn.
Done for.
That nigga was sleeping throughout the entire day. Woke up in 04 and nigga bullshit.
And then also going back to it, I think what's so cool is like they actually have black designers on the committee. Like they had Grace Wells Bonner, they had the creative director of Balmain. They had like a whole bunch of other people there. So
Damn.
yeah, it's gonna be real cool.
That
And
is
then like
cool.
I
Grace
think
Wells Bonner.
hell yeah, they're gonna like they also with the Met does is they have a museum next to it, and they have it for I think it's open to like October.
That's the whole like point of it, right?
Yeah,
The whole
really to
fundraiser
just
for
like
it.
go for it, and they have like a charity, and that's kind of like the whole big thing of the Met. So they'll have that museum kind of highlighting other black creatives. I think they're gonna have like Virgil shit there. They'll have Dapper Dan shit there. They'll have like a lot of black artists kind of representing what it means to have that dandyism. And I think what's so cool about this concept of the Met is it's honestly a reflection of like how people are dressing now. Because I also say like you remember the big trend was going to be wearing kind of like that casual business wear.
Yeah.
And and it's so cool to bring back the concept of tailored suits because it's coming back in actual real life. So to have it at the biggest stage and to represent us is like the dopest thing.
And I think what's so dope about it is whoa. I think what's so dope about it as well is that it's this year is when it's all happening. Like amidst all of the shit with DEI, all of the administration, like this has been. And maybe it's just
weird.
because I'm more into it, but I feel like this has been a very like black year.
It has
Hell
been
yeah.
very
Like,
black.
for real.
Yeah.
For like most of 2024 and then into this year as well. It's been very, very black.
Shit.
And
Let's keep
I love
doing it.
these
I know, I
shit.
love it.
yeah, that's the
Keep
good.
it
That's the
pushing.
good part about it, in the
Bro.
sense that, like, again, what the culture
Those are the
is.
things that-
it shows you that black people drive the culture. in this
Those are
country.
things that should be celebrated. Like we always talk about, like you always talk about black people. They'll be like, oh, you know, we'll try to organize something, but black people don't want to get together. Nah, I would say this year we've been getting together.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Target still
Target's
down.
feeling
Nigga,
it.
hey, we still doing that shit. By the way,
Yep. We still
fucked
gonna
that
go
up.
in.
Like
asking.
Target shit, like all of the like outrage with like DEI and shit like that. Like yeah, we definitely been like banding together this year.
Real quick before
Sinners.
before you get into that, when you mentioned the museum or whatever, that is a very good like point to highlight like black like creative like design and everything at the museum, because currently they're trying to get rid of shit from like from, I think the African American History Museum in DC, because the Trump administration is trying to like,
They got rid of like
There have been
there was
reports
like some things with like Harriet Tubman, and they got rid of like an excerpt of her like exhibit or something like that.
there have been reports from people who visit there who've been like, yeah, some of the displays that they seen like are gone now, like out of sight. I think they came out, the actual museum came out and said nothing's leaving in XYZ, but JD Vance is one of the people who like oversees what's going on in the museums because it was created by Congress. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be stuff like that being repealed. So it's really cool to see it like highlighted.
Yeah, especially on like the biggest stage.
Yeah,
For real.
the Met.
And I think the coolest thing about dandyism, because I really didn't know what it was, and I actually like looked into it. It's not more so of a concept. I think it could just be to people. Like I think dandyism could be like a person that kind of goes out and like makes that stand of like, okay, I'm gonna claim this shit as my own, and I'm gonna show everyone that this can be done. And it's changing the movements every area. Like you had, I think a good example of like a dandyism person was Dapper Dan back in the day. That was a person who kind of put on for everyone. Virgil, Rocky, all these other black creatives, I think all together represented the concept of dandyism, but we just didn't realize it. And I think that's so important to just highlight and be on the biggest stage of like, yo, we actually do this shit and we could put a twist on it. And then I think my biggest worry for at least the Met Gala is I don't want them to shit the bed with it, because it's such a good concept and you have so many good creatives to highlight
I don't
it.
think they will.
Yeah,
I don't think
and I think people are going to be
con-
scrutinizing it extra.
Exactly, for sure. Yeah, and I think the biggest thing where I want them, because I know people gonna put that shit on. I know they'll add their twist to it. I know that's not my worry. I think the biggest worry is I want them to highlight those black designers, those black stylists, those black, all of them. Exactly that. You know what I mean? I want them on that. I don't want them to be overshadowed.
Like a black aesthetic thing, but it's still underneath it. Is still,
exactly.
You know,
I don't want them to just have this concept of like, oh, this is for black. No, you're going to actually, you're going to actually highlight these people that actually have put on for everybody. That's what I want.
You think we're
going to
see like Martine Rose have anything to do with it?
Yeah,
definitely.
For sure.
I can't wait,
bro.
I can't wait.
For sure, you have to, bro. She's done. She's had a crazy year. You have to highlight that.
I think that's going to draw a lot of like different people and different celebrities out too. I know it's invite, but like I don't know. We might see some people we haven't really seen.
Yeah. And then it's even I think it's like, because we were just talking about it yesterday, because like you also see like fashion shows, right? But I don't think like people are tuned in for real to fashion shows. I think the Met Gala is like the perfect fashion show for like most brands. Because you get to really put up a collection. They're like, holy shit, what is this? And like everyone is seeing it rather than a select few. And even like the brands out of country, this is really shit. Like you pay that, how much? I think they pay like $350,000 to get a fucking tape.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's like 75.
Yeah, because it's a charity, so it's a lot of fucking money.
75 grand for a person to get the ticket, and then it's 350,000 for that house to have that table.
Oh my
but
God.
That's why they be inviting certain celebrities to the tables. And
usually the celebrities don't pay it. Usually the celebrities are under like the brand. So basically they're not dressing themselves. The brand / the stylists are dressing them. So they just bring them like probably Coleman Domingo. You'll probably see him in Valentino because he's a brand ambassador for that. So you'll kind of see like which person that is represent of that brand, they'll probably wear
And
that.
when is the Met?
The Met is May 5th.
May 5th.
Okay, May 5th.
Coming up,
so
like next week.
Next week, bro, everyone next week, you
weekend.
have to tune in to the Jaam because we're going to do a big event for this.
we
shit.
are.
We have it planned. It's going to be nice. So make sure y'all look out.
Everybody pay attention to the Met. And that's gonna be one of those things where like I'm very excited to see.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to see if we have some black representation when it comes to the brands. Like that's one thing I'm looking for.
Also, before we skip over, I did want to show y'all because Vogue did like one of their craziest like issues of kind of like black tailoring in like that promo of the Met Gala. So I'll show y'all a picture. Yeah, they did an interview individually. I didn't bring it all up. They did an interview individually of all the cast of like ASAP Rocky,
that's the type
Lewis
of style
Hamilton.
that they're going for the Met Gala.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Tailoring, yeah. That's Jerry Lorenzo and Lakeith Stanfield right here.
Oh yeah, describe for our listeners what they.
I think they're both in Fear of God.
Yeah, Fear of God suits.
Fear of God suits, yeah. So the main kind of concept of this is just menswear, fine tailoring of suits.
Yeah.
That's the first picture. Let's go on to the next picture.
I would wear the fuck out that beige.
All beige,
and all
gray. I
gray
like how it matches the color tone of the back.
Oh,
this was
so
a cool
nice.
On some 1960s. That reminds me of like Coretta Scott King.
Yeah, on some shit.
Literally, it's kind of taking that back and making it now. And this was this is Io. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Adebri Sarr. She's from The Bear, main star.
Yeah, The Bear.
You see her in kind of like this like. I don't know.
Like
it's
teal.
like,
like
this
a
teal.
Jackie Kennedy, like a 1960s.
Like a real old style, like a real crop jacket with like the
Got
skirt.
white gloves and shit.
Yeah, that's tough. And it works really good with her like skin.
This was
crazy,
cool.
too.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait for this Met
That's
Gala.
real hard.
I can't wait for this. This
This
red,
Met Gala's
black,
gonna be
and
hard.
white.
Kind of match the whole background, everything. Tough, bro.
Well, do you know who
like-
this is in the picture?
That's hold on, let me pronounce her name right.
That's
got like a white suit with the red underneath.
It's Janelle Monáe is on the right, and I
okay.
think Regina King is on the on the left. I think.
I can't
But-
see. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm like, do I need glasses? I can't even.
Nah, bro.
see
I need glasses for real.
Either that or I'm like,
Nah,
It's
it is
just so-
small.
it's
It's
just-
small.
it is
to, like,
small,
see.
yeah.
But like the white.
yeah,
like,
I thought-
suit with the.
I think everyone in the everyone was watching this. I think you guys should really read this new Vogue issue because I think all the celebrities are on there. Not only is it hard pictures, but they kind of put in the comments of what Black Dandyism represented to them and how it was growing up. And there's a lot of insightful things from it. So I think y'all should really tap into the Vogue issue before y'all see the gala because it's really nice. And even the interviews of the cast. So that's what's coming, bro. May 5th.
That's May 5th.
May
That's
5th.
I'm-
And they come
I'm
to the
very
Jaam.
excited to see it. I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see who's gonna be at it. I know I was gonna say. I've seen a bunch of people go to it. I remember one year I saw AOC go to the Met Gala and she had like the tax the rich dress on, which people lost their shit. They're like,
Trying to, there was like this mini boycott of the Kardashians of like, please don't come.
Yeah, good.
Oh, that's
They were
funny
like,
as hell.
please don't
What?
come. I just read on a magazine on the time. They were like, let's not have them come. It was
Oh,
weird.
yeah? Damn.
And then she
That's
just
all.
got like a $4,000 like face thing before it. So like, yeah, we're good.
Wait, she did. Oh,
Yeah.
she got.
Like,
she got-
definitely come.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
no,
she's go.
hell
for
no.
sure.
Of course,
but
she's
yeah.
going. But on the topic of anybody showing up, and political figures as well, we're gonna go right back into hell. We had our fun. Now we're going right back into hell. I was looking at so far. I've talked about some of the instances of like where this deportation stuff that Trump's been doing is going wrong, because that's what we talked about. One of the reasons I remember when we went like up the street and we filmed some stuff right leading up to the election. We were given like our reasoning for like wanting to be politically engaged and voting and everything. I remember saying that Trump's mass deportation plan is scary because you can racially profile people. Like if you're just walking on the side of the road, you don't know who has their citizenship and who doesn't unless you take time and go through the process. If you try to speed that shit up, you're just going to be snatching people up and throwing them anywhere and XYZ. And unfortunately, that's exactly what's been going on. And I remember a lot of people, the line that like Fox News and the right have been playing is that like, oh, Kilmar Braco Garcia had XYZ. It's not the same thing as you being abducted. Everyone's saying you're next and we don't see that. And then 3 U.S. children got fucking abducted.
3 U.S. children.
How old were they?
Nuts.
One was 3, one was 7, and one was 2.
Wow.
What the?
Nuts.
U.S. citizens.
When they just got picked up from like that. Like how did
They were citizens.
They're all U.S. citizens. Yes. So
It's not like we didn't tell y'all this shit was gonna happen.
yeah. So it's terrifying, and I remember seeing this, and it genuinely like made me sick to my stomach because I'm like, these are children we're talking about, and we're not even going to get into everything with it yet. So this is according to an article in Politico. So a U.S. district judge, Terry Doughty, who's a Trump appointee, by the way, was appointed by Donald Trump, said that there's a child identified in court papers by the initials VML, and they appear to have been released in Honduras earlier Friday, along with her Honduran-born mother and sister who had been detained by immigration officials earlier in the week. So the Trump administration, they had said that they said in court that the mother told ICE officials that she wished to take her child with her, right? But as we'll go on through here, the issue is that it seems as though they did not have contact with like lawyers. They got like taken up, they got brought to somewhere in Louisiana, and then like the next day were shipped to Honduras, and they barely even had time to like talk to their father or her husband in this instance or whatever. And we'll get into like the discrepancies with that. So it's a terrifying situation. ICE provided as evidence that the mom wanted the daughter to come with a 1-page note that they say was written by her in Spanish, and it said that she gave consent for her to be deported with her. And it says the note says, "I will take my daughter, her name, with me to Honduras," and then it has the date and time with the mother's name, which.
No,
That doesn't sound like, hey, please deport me, please.
That doesn't sound like
that. Doesn't sound like I'm willingly giving up. That sounds like someone was like, yeah, write this down real quick.
Yeah.
It says,
Either
I will
way,
take her.
is that what we're doing now? Like, are we just like, can I just tell a nigga to write down some shit on a piece of paper and it's law now?
So this is what
fuck are we talking about?
Yeah, so that's what ICE provided as the fucking evidence, and then the judge said the government contends that this is all okay because the mother wishes that the child be deported with her, but the court doesn't know that because there was no trial. We have not had a trial to determine the validity of this note. We have not had a trial to determine exactly what the process is moving forward, and this judge is appointed by Trump. And was like, we need to have a trial to determine this. So he says he's pretty sure that a U.S. citizen has just been deported without no meaningful process. And this is a 2-year-old.
U.S. citizens. Well.
Yes, U.S. citizen. She is born in, I believe it's a girl. She's born in Louisiana.
What it is, it's that same shit where he was like trying to take people's like birthright citizenship and then it got blocked and then they just do the shit.
Yeah.
You know what?
They just did the shit.
Yeah.
The whole thing itself is sick, but like I'm just imagining kind of like before the election of like those people like, damn, I don't want Trump to be in office because like, man, we could possibly get deported. And then like they actually get like deported.
I know like 3 people that like non-disclosed, you know what I mean, people that voted for Trump and that are like Hispanic and like are like there are people within their like group that are illegal and they voted for Trump and they were trying to tell me that like There's reasons for. I'm like, you're like,
misinformed.
you're like,
misinformed, bro.
something
You're done.
wrong
That's,
with
that's the
you.
thing that pisses me off because it's like, bro, we've been trying to tell y'all before the election and during the election, this nigga is going to deport a whole bunch of people and citizens are going to get caught up in this shit.
And
the thing too, it's like you can tell these niggas that shit and they'll be like, oh, well, I mean, he's just going to get rid of the illegals and the criminals and shit. I'm like, no, you're not listening.
See, the problem is, okay,
Jesus,
so what motherfuckers don't understand when people say due process, that's one of your rights that you have. I believe it's a 6th Amendment, but I could be wrong about that. Do not fry me. That like in the Bill of Rights and the Constitution that says everyone has a right to due process, everyone in the jurisdiction of the United States, meaning illegal or undocumented immigrants who live here too, because you still have to engage with the law system of the country that you're in. So if you're committing a crime, there's only one way to know whether or not you've committed a crime, is if you bring the charges and then you evaluate the evidence and find out if you did it. That is not a principle that stops at undocumented people. That means that if the government accuses anybody of committing a crime, they have to prove that you did it and before you can face any punishment. The reason why American citizens are now at risk is because if they say you did something and then they scoop you up and put you in Honduras before you get to prove that you didn't do it, that means that they could accuse you of anything.
Anything.
Yeah.
Literally.
They could literally
Anything
do
goes.
And they don't have to prove it. If
Meanwhile,
they
our fucking president.
And they can use, exactly. And
they proved it with him.
They proved it with our president for 37, what is it? 37
like 37 counts or something.
37 counts.
Niggas still in the office though.
Niggas still chilling.
I'm be so real, like, because you just brought up the whole thing of like the people you know voted for Trump. Just know, like, this is on you completely.
Yes.
Like, you need to feel that guilt because you're the ones who just sent these kids away.
Yep.
Real shit.
And it gets worse. So what happened was the girl with the initials VML, who's the 2-year-old, her father had been attempting to contact her mother to discuss plans with their child, like for their child with ICE, because like they got arrested and they're like, all right, what are we gonna do? Because the child's born here. I'm pretty sure the dad is a citizen or is like a legal resident here. So they're like, what do we do? But ICE officials denied him the chance to have a substantive phone call, according to his lawyers. They said he said ICE allowed the two to speak for about 1 minute on Tuesday while the mother was in ICE custody, but they were unable to make any meaningful decisions about their child. And then the judge...
I think that's where that note came from then.
Yep. And then the judge said that he tried to investigate it himself. He said he tried to investigate the emergency matter himself on Friday, seeking to get the girl's mother on the phone to determine whether ICE representation about her desire to bring her with her to Honduras was true. And the Trump administration lawyers called the judge back on Friday afternoon and said the phone call with the mom would not be possible because she had been released in Honduras. So the district judge, the U.S. District Court judge who's appointed by Donald Trump was like, okay, this American citizen might have got deported with no fucking process. Let me try to find out if this letter that y'all are sending me as evidence is real. And they didn't get back to him until the day after while they were already dropped off in Honduras, meaning there is a woman and a 2-year-old baby who's an American citizen somewhere in Honduras right now, despite no criminal charges. And I don't remember whether or not it was her or the next instance I'm going to talk about where one of them was a part of like their immigration proceedings and had received multiple stays of deportation because she was involved as being a victim of like sex trafficking or whatever. And they were investigating the entire situation. And that's why like they're going through her thing, like keeping her here or whatever and going through her process. She's going through a legal process that was established by the United States. And they interrupted it. They were at a routine check-in that they're supposed to go into, which I'll get into the details of that. And then they deported her and her little girl, who's an American citizen.
I don't know why people thought you could like regulate this process or like think this could stay.
When someone says the word mass deportation, that's why every alarm bell should be ringing in your head. Because you're like, what do you mean mass deportation? How exactly are you going to do this? How are you going to ensure that you get the right people? How are you going to ensure that 2-year-olds who are American citizens aren't being fucking sent to random countries?
And you, not only that, you see, bro.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was reading. You see, like, it's crazy how, like, people actually thought you could regulate this because, like, look how it is now. They're, like, loosely doing this shit. Yeah. They just sent them off with no trial, and now they can't have no phone call or anything. They're just stuck there.
That's terrible, bro.
So that's like the first instance. We already seen them starting to target, like, judges. There was a judge in Wisconsin that got, like, arrested because they said that they were shielding an immigrant or something. I haven't even like looked into fully everything about it, but you know it's bullshit again. Because the only thing that is stopping the Trump administration right now from doing everything is these judges who are trying to like conduct investigations or trying to pause all this shit or whatever because he's just running through rights that are been established. But you niggas don't give a fuck. So in response to that, another thing happened. It was an article in NBC that I was reading. Another mother wasn't allowed to speak with attorneys or family members before she was deported and accompanied by her U.S.-born child, again, her children. This was the 4-year-old and I believe the 7-year-old. And they said even though ICE knew and received word in advance that the 4-year-old has stage 4 cancer.
I saw that shit. Imagine like, gang, imagine coming here for a better life, for the American dream, or whatever the fuck they paint it to be, right? And you get here, you go through all of the trouble to get here. Then you finally have kids here so they can like earn their birthright citizenship, and that happens. The next year, or 2 years, or 4 years,
and let's think about it, right? Because
all of these, the kid was 4 with cancer, right? That
yes.
means you had that baby around like Biden administration, like the end of Trump going into Biden administration.
And let's talk about it because people scapegoat and they lie and they mislead so much about immigration. What happens is even if somebody crosses the border illegally, right? The thing is, America has agreed to international law that says that you can do asylum claims, which means that if you're fleeing a country from like normally is going to be Central or Southern America, which normally that means that our CIA did something to fuck up their government, which has probably led to the instability that caused them to flee here. The cartel and everything. Usually what happens is if you're fleeing violence in a given country, say bombs started falling in America and niggas wanted to go to Canada, we should be able to, according to international law, run across the Canadian border, go to a border checkpoint and declare asylum. And then you have to establish in the Canadian law system that you have reasonable like fear of going back home, and they can keep you there while they like determine that. And if they determine that, then you stay there. So these people were going through that process, and it was an established process because it said the Washington Post spoke to lawyers for both the families, and both the families were taken into custody while attending routine check-ins in New Orleans as a part of the intensive supervision appearance program, which allows individuals to remain in their communities while undergoing immigration proceedings. So you're going through the legal process. You're in the middle of immigration proceedings. They tell you to bring your kid, the kid that they know has cancer, with you to the immigration proceedings, and then they lock you up and then they deport you.
That's fucking terrible. These people are gonna. These people are wicked.
Yep. And
these people are gonna go to hell.
In the case of the mom who had the son, I believe, with stage 4 cancer, they said she did not sign anything. She did not consent to any of this. This, according to her lawyer, she very much wanted to make other plans for her 2 citizen children, especially because her 4-year-old was actively getting cancer treatment here in the United States. The lawyer said, not only did they deport this family against the mother's wishes, they were deported without the child's medication.
Oh, so they're about to kill this 4-year-old. They're about to kill a 4-year-old. Because if you think a 4-year-old is going to live in that
American,
and then you know what, bro? And then you have these motherfuckers will sit there, look you dead in your fucking face, Saquon Barkley, and say the bullshit that they we got fire for y'all. Represents.
I gotta hear about
fire for that.
All right, no, we're not even there. That just got me so tight, though.
Because
you just killed that fucking child.
The thing that pisses me off is that, and I have it written here, we have American children we're talking about now. You niggas will do anything to say that you're protecting the kids and never actually protect the kids.
Abortion, all of that shit. You're sitting here saying all of that shit.
Y'all pro-life, right?
There's
let's deport a 4-year-old with stage.
They will sit, and then they'll sit there, bro. They will sit there and still spew the same bullshit.
That's what
every
so
time.
disheartening, bro. Because this case is written like literally in our faces, dead wrong.
There is no other way to interpret what's going on
at all, bro. A 4-year-old with cancer in some dumb.
I remember, bro. I was speaking on this shit when I first started. When we were first talking about it on my stream. And I remember I was speaking on shit and these dumb fucks are in the chat. Not everybody, because I love my chat, but it was like a random 2 or 3 people coming in chat talking about, why do you care so much?
Why do we care?
Why do you care?
You telling me you can read that and not care?
Imagine if that's your child or cousin or friend or anything. They just killed this fucking child.
They just did.
With cancer.
Mind you, we're talking
wicked
about,
ass
and then they will go,
fucking-
and then they will go on the news, and fucking Caroline Levitt will stand on that fucking stage
And
will sit there and be like,
Bullshit.
"We're just removing threats to the community, dangers to the community." He's 4. And he has cancer.
Why all of these
Children are either toddlers. These are
in the
infants.
middle of
Why all of
nowhere.
these fucks are in the White House bullshitting, insider trading, bullshitting. All of them. All of them. For bread. They're doing this for fucking bread.
Yes.
For paper.
We're talking about removing threats. We're talking about pregnant women. I believe both or one of those 2 women are pregnant currently. Secondly, we're talking about threats. We're talking about women and children.
For the people
Immigrants
at home,
that are U.S.
undocumented immigrants as a whole, still, and they will not be able to find you anything that will prove me wrong about it, still commit less crime than the native-born population. And you're saying we're removing dangers and threats. We're just getting all these people out, and these are women and children.
More of these fucks are in the office that don't pay taxes than
y'all have a longer rap
Bro, I'm
sheet
being
than
honest,
anyone.
bro. I'm being so real. If you're
This nigga
sitting
got
here now-
37 fucking counts, and they're deporting children, bro. They're deporting children with cancer. This nigga in the office is a convicted fucking civil case rapist, nigga. The fuck are we talking about?
Held liable.
And for the
Held
people,
liable
for the
for
people
it.
at home, right? I just want to ask you just one question, and I want y'all to put it down in the comments. Nah, bro,
bro.
It's
I'm so hot.
Bro, we
It's
talking about
needed. Okay, so for the people at home, I want y'all to put down in the comments what is threatening about a 4-year-old with cancer.
It's racism.
Answer the
Even
question.
if
so
a
sad.
It's
hey,
just
shocker.
I'm the first that nigga got a switch on him.
Shocker. Hot take. Even if the 4-year-old with cancer wasn't an American citizen, I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck if he has a switch on him. If it was a white child, they'd never think to do no shit like that.
He's a U.S. citizen that follows
if it was
every
a white
rule.
child, they'd have fucking celebrities coming to the nigga and oh hey man, how you doing? Signing shit. They would never treat no nigga like that or no white person.
And
like
you want to
that,
know why
ever.
they did it? Is because they got backlash for the family separation shit, the draconian shit they were doing at the border where they were separating children from their families or whatever.
So they started just doing it.
So they said, we're just
send them.
Are you
like what?
Bro,
the fuck
and
is that?
then the niggas be like, they be like, oh, we need to get the criminals out. Bro, you're being racist.
That's
bro.
so sad,
You're just genuinely being racist.
if you cared about
Like, you
getting the
just-
criminals out, Donald
Do you
Trump
get
wouldn't
Donald
be
Trump?
president.
No, bro. You're being like that's
what are we
dead.
talking
That's
about?
dead. The hypocrisy
And you got
of
niggas-
it. And you're dead just racist.
And you want to know what's so funny? You want to know what's so funny about it is that why do we care? Why do we care? The administration is not stopping. We have United States citizens who are children getting caught up in this. And I just read that Trump signed an executive order the other day that are going to target mainly blue states, but states that have sanctuary cities, which means that the city decides not to be super cooperative with federal immigration enforcement because that's their right under the 10th Amendment, because it's not specified in the Constitution, which means that the states have that jurisdiction. That's supported by a lot of case law. It's like established you can do sanctuary cities. Trump signed an executive order, and they said cities and states that find themselves on the Trump administration's list of sanctuary jurisdictions could face a withdrawal of federal funding, illegal, as well as criminal and civil rights lawsuits if they continue to resist the Trump immigration agenda. They could even find themselves charged with violating the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act,
Nigga, what?
aka
And get a RICO?
They're trying to throw RICOs at states that are exercising their constitutional right to not comply or share a bunch of information with federal
What is
immigration
wrong with
officials.
niggas, bro?
And they're throwing RICO.
Blatantly
What is wrong with
unconstitutional.
people?
Y'all don't care. The law and order, motherfuckers,
matter.
do not give a
I
fuck.
so wish I could
is
say
no
what I
law,
want to
bro.
on this podcast. I so wish I could say what I want to on this podcast.
the thing that pisses me off about this whole situation is because let's take
Pedicure mannequin.
let's take a step. We are seeing a drastic overreach of everything, ignoring the Constitution, violating people's rights, sending United States citizens who are fucking children with cancer to foreign gulags. We are this is not a normal time period. I just want to categorically say, before we transition into the doom of the day and get into how politics influences everything, including sports, I want to categorically state that if you, as any politician or as a Democrat, are currently juggling between whether or not we should be defending the people who are getting their rights violated or saying, nah, that's optics, we defending that, we should just talk about these poll numbers, this tax policy. Kindly fuck off.
No,
You kindly fuck off. Kindly fuck
What's
off.
so fucked up about this, right, is like we've seen multiple cases where niggas are unrightfully deported. You see people of influence and millionaires and billionaires only talked about and criticized Trump when their money was down.
Yes.
They didn't say anything about these kids being gone, a 4-year-old with cancer being gone. No, you only talked about
Fuck all
Dave
these
Portnoy.
niggas.
You only talked about the
Fuck
shit
all
when
these
your
niggas.
millions were done. Done.
Fuck
Dave
all
Portnoy.
That's the only thing they give a fuck about.
Yep.
bro.
Spit.
Only thing they give a fuck about, and we're sitting. That's what a lot of consultants and shit in the Democratic Party are doing too right now, where they're like, yeah, this optically, Kilmar had something on his record where he might have
Nigga, fuck you.
So we shouldn't talk about the fact that we just violated a constitutional principle that we had for 200 fucking years.
Joe Rogan bald head ass had this nigga on the fucking podcast. You sitting there caking up with
Taking
the
up,
nigga.
not challenging the nigga on
Caking up with the
anything.
nigga.
Dana White.
And then you sit there, I just, these immigrants, they're getting That's what we fucking
That's what we
told
said,
you.
bro.
We told
That's
you it
what
was
we
gonna fucking
said.
happen.
Dana White,
Bald ass nigga.
I'm gonna support Trump through matter what, because he helps with UFC. Okay, yeah, he helps with UFC, so you're gonna help get fucking kids deported.
You profit off of
You gonna-
fighters
you gonna
from
help
the
that
very
nigga,
same
man.
countries that are current.
You're done.
Wanting
That
your
are from
fighters to
those
get
places.
racially profiled outside right now.
You talk about how brave your fighters are, nigga. They're from those places, and they're probably not even U.S. citizens for real. Dumbasses.
Wow.
Bro.
So we see this. We see this shit. This is why people are so done with all this like means testing. Oh, let's see whether or not the message tests out. No, stand on the shit that's right, because these people, there's children in a country that they're not from
with cancer.
Not getting treatment because
Cancer. Right?
No medicine.
because of
There
these
is no
motherfuckers.
law.
I'll wrap up with this. I seen JB Pritzker did a very good thing the other day where he was basically coming out and going like scorched earth against motherfuckers, the Democrats who don't want to do shit right now, and the people who've kind of sat there and watched
Need to run
Republicans
for a
go
bigger
further.
office.
He
Fuck
might
the
be teeing up for it. He might be teeing up for it. So,
We need a lot
and
of
mind you,
that,
he's
bro.
a billionaire.
And come to the gym.
Mind you, he's a fucking billionaire. Why is there only one billionaire that's seen? Yeah, I'm gonna use my resources for this way. Thank
think
you.
he good.
I appreciate
I
it.
feel like a lot
bro.
of these niggas, a lot of these billionaire millionaires, they're benefiting off of what Trump.
Yes, and a lot of these billionaires
They
and
keep
millionaires are benefiting, and a
They
lot
keep
of them,
quiet.
even if they're niggas, for example, they'll convince themselves that they ain't got no skin in the game because this dollar gonna save me, Saquon Barkley. What the fuck are we doing?
What the fuck
Yes.
happened with that, bro?
Bro. So let's take it back.
Let's
right?
get into it.
Oh, it's a bird.
It's a plane. It's a bitch ass
Saquon.
nigga.
It's a bitch ass nigga.
It's
That's
a
what
bitch
it
ass
is.
nigga, bro.
So, for the people that know, I'm pretty sure everybody knows the Eagles won Super Bowl 59, right?
Belt to ass.
Belt to ass, ass to belt. Belt to ass, ass to belt.
Yep.
So you
Beat
know
the
that-
shit out of Pat Mahomes' ass. We're gonna talk about
shit
you
out.
too, nigga.
Yeah, we got
You not
you
say
too.
fuck, nigga.
Nobody.
You're not safe. Nobody's safe when it comes to the jam. All right. So,
I've been too
Usually-
nice on this podcast.
you know what?
I said I've been too nice on.
No,
this
it just had to.
podcast.
You just had to get radicalized a little bit. You heard the Trump shit. Now we on go.
Yeah, you're right. I was too tired earlier. I was a little tired. You told me that shit. I woke right the fuck up.
Hell yeah. So there's a tradition, right? Whenever a football team wins their championship or baseball, whatever the fuck, they go visit the White House.
Yeah,
Which is,
present.
respectable, whatever the fuck. This case,
We're in a different time, guys.
we're in a different fucking time.
Yeah.
Stay the fuck away.
Go home.
Fuck
Do
away.
not go.
Do
there.
not
to fucking
fucking
Disney
go.
World.
Do not.
So,
Call it.
after the Super Bowl, right, there was a little bit of confusion on whether if the Eagles were gonna go to the White House in the first place, because it's fucking Trump.
Yeah.
If there's a headline that says, are they gonna go? Are they not? Maybe you shouldn't fucking go.
Yeah,
You should.
So-
Jalen Hurts in particular has not really said that he wanted to go. I think they
Jalen
skipped
Hurts
it
is
the
a
last
star
time they
QB.
won it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
star
on
QB of the Eagles.
You had a dentist
so-
appointment, right?
he had scheduling conflict.
Schedule conflict.
I seen a nigga say that if they said it was a picture of him smiling, the Jalen Hurts said, if I send you this, that means I had a scheduling conflict. I'm gonna start doing it.
So I want to show y'all this clip of one of these reporters asking Jalen Hurts if he was gonna go to the White House.
No, yeah.
That shit was funny as
Real ass nigga. Jalen Hurts is safe.
Yeah, bro.
safe ass nigga.
He's safe. We don't gotta go out there.
Are you planning on visiting the White House next week? Thank you so
Not a
much.
goddamn
W.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nigga,
Out of
as
there.
you should be.
As you should. So back to the OG episodes that we released, I put them on the watch list.
The question. Well, they get the Claim the Jam Award. award now, right?
He gets to claim his Jam award.
Scheduling conflict of doom.
We don't got a medal for you, but take these gloves.
He can get his, his little
flowers,
trophies, flowers or whatever. And who else?
There was a few other people.
There was a few players.
There was a nigga on Instagram Live. I forgot who what player. He was on Instagram Live. They're like, you supposed to be da-da-da. He was like, nah, we was cooking. They was just bullshit. Just bullshit. W, nigga.
Great.
W.
At first, I thought it was a little bit of them. Nah, it's a lot of them that did.
Yeah,
It's a lot of them.
Yeah, which makes Saquon
Barkley.
So, bro, what happened? Because I don't
One of the best players on the team, right?
letdown of hell.
So it was, I forgot which day it was, right? But there was a video of him leaving Marine One with Trump.
That's the presidential helicopter.
Helicopter.
Special
so
team.
when I seen that, I'm like, At first, I'm like, what the fuck? But then I was like, you know what? They're supposed to be there. Maybe, they're there to see him, whatever.
I'm about to say, how normally do the players get to? I imagine the players don't all get on Air Force One or Marine One, right? Why are you in particular sitting at the right hand of the father?
I want to ask y'all, guess what the nigga was doing with him?
What?
Guess.
Golfing.
Shit.
He was fucking golfing?
Golfing?
Fucking golfing.
That's the only thing they
Guys,
do,
okay, wait,
guys,
we still live in a reality, hopefully, where like people have track records of saying things on camera. Trump specifically said, Obama's not doing enough. He needs to stop playing golf. This nigga's putt-putting while your granny can't get her Social Security check.
Real spell.
Why was he golfing with him?
I have no fucking clue.
Never golfing with the Trump shit. I give you my word. And then that nigga performed for him.
You're like,
y'all let us down time and time again.
So,
you letting us down.
I think as a football, as a sport.
As a football.
As a football, lines on his fucking head.
As a football. No bullshit. I think when it comes to sports, I think football is where you have to be damn near like tight knit. Like you actually have to be close with each other for the team to work. I think you're basically most of your team not wanting to go and you hanging out with Trump. You're the most disloyal nigga on the planet. Yeah. You're going against the entire
Can we get
team.
can we get into his rationale? What he said for it?
Okay, so the news came out. He was playing golf with Trump or whatever. And everybody gave him backlash or whatever. And this was his statement. If you can pull up the statement as well. He says, LOL. Some people are really upset because I played golf. Because
I played golf.
Because I played golf.
I played
CTE.
Okay. CTE on the maximum level. All right. Because I played golf and flew to the White House with the White House with the president in all caps. When I seen president in all caps before I even read the statement, I'm like, okay. Now I know what type of bullshit.
I know what type of time follow up with.
Maybe I just respect the office. Okay.
You respect the office.
All right.
They don't fucking respect.
Hold on.
Finish it.
Okay.
Maybe I just respect the office. Not a hard concept to understand. Just golfed with Obama not too long ago and look forward to finishing my round with Trump. Now you get out my mentions. With all this politics, have an amazing day.
Okay, Saquon. Hold on. Let me say a message to Saquon. You like, I don't really know the nigga specifics. I know the white man do. I know he know your specifics, but you like, big nigga. You know what I'm saying? What is his position again? Running back or some shit? You respect the nigga that has basically, in other words, just killed a 4-year-old cancer patient. That's the nigga you respect.
Mind you,
that's
guys,
the nigga that you want to, that you golfing with.
This is the same administration that did Lil Dab.
Yeah.
Okay, I know.
13-year-old cancer survivor. Oh my God, look, it gave him a Secret Service badge. And then you killed a 4-year-old.
That's the nigga you respect over some golf, nigga. It's a nigga like that. I can't get around a nigga like that because a nigga like that has no morals. A nigga like that has no soul. A nigga like that has no loyalty.
I need people to realize, bro, can I say the COON?
Just say
I need all the COONs, the fucking raccoons of the world. These people don't fucking like you.
I don't understand.
They publicly make it known.
It's not that hard.
They don't, bro. They're removing all types of DI. They don't.
Wait, did Snoop go right? Snoop and Rick Ross went right. Rick Ross, Kodak, Soulja Boy. Y'all are pawns. They don't like your ugly ass, nigga. Period, nigga.
bro.
They don't.
It's that simple.
Just because your bitch ass want to do everything for the dollar, bro,
exactly.
you are soulless.
Just because your bitch ass crank that ain't giving you them royalties no more, dumbass nigga.
And you want to know what's so funny?
With you, nigga.
You know what's so funny?
Niggas
Talking about
stupid.
they respect the office. First of all, none of these niggas respect your office or you, because if it's a football player who does something they don't like, hello Colin Kaepernick, they are dogging this nigga.
Shedeur.
They will dog you. He don't respect your office. He don't respect your position. And also, I'd ask you, Saquon, where does that stop? If this nigga was literally Hitler, or if this nigga killed Joe Mama or deported somebody, you still respect the office?
I gotta respect the office.
There's a difference between Obama and Donald Trump.
Here, bro.
There's a very difference.
Bro, you got motherfucker. Well, it's the president of the United States.
Fuck.
And then fuck all
that.
You want to respect the office?
You showed me that the office of the presidency does not have the respect that we said it was when a nigga with 34 felonies became president.
The nigga believes Photoshop.
And you know what's hilarious? You know what's hilarious though? No. But this is the thing with these chosen ass black people, right? The thing is, bro, let's see if it hit the fan and if Trump gonna be like, hey, Saquon, come golf with me. No, dumbass nigga, you gonna be there with these niggas.
Which is funny.
You gonna be deported just like
that's
these
a
niggas.
lesson that Candace
Stupid
learned.
ass nigga. Yeah, Candace.
Exactly.
Candace
Stupid
dedicated
ass
10
nigga.
years to
that
These
nigga,
nut
and they cut
ass
her
niggas
bitch
be
ass
thinking, bro, these nut ass niggas be really thinking they a part of the team.
No.
You not, dumbass
Bro,
nigga.
you are a prop, and that's all you'll ever
You want to know
be,
what it
bro.
is? It's
Kanye.
It's Hall of Fame gaslighting, because like you can't get off I'm respecting the office of the presidency when the office of the presidency isn't respecting the judiciary
Do
or
one
the
thing
legislature right now.
Let's test the
respecting
fucking
shit.
theory. Let's test the theory, Saquon.
Speak out against Donald
Speak
Trump.
out against him. Do one thing just for the performative.
cooked.
You ain't even gotta mean the shit. Do it for the performative. Just see what happens. On my mother's life, I
gonna
promise
Tweet
you, nigga,
something
I'm
good.
on your side,
Tweet
dumbass
something
nigga.
good about Colin Kaepernick tomorrow.
Literally.
And
You're
see,
done.
see how
And see
many
what
rounds
happens.
Tommy
You're
Lauren
fucking
do on the
done.
network.
Or do the same shit he did. You're fucking
Exactly.
cooked.
Yeah.
They finna.
You know what pisses me off about out of touch?
I really thought I liked you, man. You're talking
Exactly.
about you're talking about Colin Kaepernick now. I don't know, man.
Yeah, you'll
gonna
go
get
right
like-
back.
you
You'll go right back to the nigga that they see you at.
I'm so
Exactly.
tired of these out of touch rich people trying to like
Mess.
trying to like tell like a story to like us like no y'all tripping about
this is
politics.
really what
This
it
is
is.
what it is.
It's-
You should
no,
respect our
nigga.
no, bro. You're out of touch. You don't know what it actually is being in reality.
can't
what it
tell
is for
somebody.
us.
$0 in your bank account, you a bitch ass nigga on the side of the road. That's all you is.
That's all you
Period.
is, bro.
To them, that's all
To them,
you
that's
are.
all you are, bro.
$0 in your bank
You're a
account,
prop
you're
to this
nothing.
team, bro.
You're nothing.
Yep.
You're nothing but a player.
Simple
If
as
you
that.
say
You're a
anything,
slave.
if you say anything that goes against whatever Trump wants it to be or whatever the administration wants it to be, bro, they're gonna say shut up and just run. That's what they're going to say to you, bro.
Talking about
but
respect.
you're so out of touch. You're
Talk
just
about
going
respect.
to
The office, the office of the presidency gets its value because people, vote. That's the leader that we elect, right? This is a nigga who doesn't even give a fuck about that institution. He tried to overthrow the election when he
Exactly.
lost. This nigga has not shown at any level that he has any respect for you, niggas that look like you, niggas who even have your wealth and status and play in your same sport, the office that he resides in, any fucking thing, women, half this country, anyone who disagrees with him, and you're telling me I have to respect the office of the presidency and just say, what you did was you gagged yourself.
Yeah.
You sat there like
exactly.
a good bitch and you didn't say nothing to him. You sat in the
Tooted up.
helicopter, you was tooted up
Tooted
with him,
up.
and you didn't say nothing. Because you know how I know you didn't? Because if you did, you wouldn't have got on that helicopter.
Rest well.
We would have got a tweet that minute. Saquon Barkley is a disgrace to XYZ because he doesn't give a fuck.
Mind you, your whole team basically didn't go to that White House, and you thought it was okay for you to hang out with him solo. You're an
If
idiot.
I don't give a fuck was a person, that would be Trump.
And let's talk about the fact that they don't respect shit about what you do the moment that you do anything, especially as a nigga, with the doom of the day. Because
Before we even get into that, I want the people to see the photo from the White House.
Yeah.
Is it fun?
Now, you see that? If you zoom in, right? It's about 4 niggas there.
Oh my God, there's actually like no black people there.
Now, I might not
Respect.
be the sharpest tool in the shed, but I'm pretty sure there's more niggas on that
We're
team.
talking about Philadelphia
We're talking
Eagles.
about Philly Eagles.
They're going
Pure
Barkley.
niggas on the field beating the shit out of Patrick Mahomes.
Go to
No
a wall. Go to a wall and bang your head on it. You already have.
I
CT,
applaud
you're
the
done
people
for.
that didn't fucking go. Because what are you
Thank you.
What are you doing?
Done.
Yeah,
bro.
let's
But
stop.
before-
We are well past this era where everything's just respectable, or whatever. You know why we're well past that? Because the nigga sitting in the White House right now. He's the one who led us here.
I was going to say before we even get into the doom and like just COONs, we have to talk about the sinners.
Oh,
the
yeah,
whole thing with like the update and like how the whole drop was.
Yeah.
Nigga, I completely forgot about that. I'm gonna keep it a fucking bean with you. I'm so mad right now. Listen, okay, nigga. Okay, so because let me tell you what it is, right? I've been trying not to curse as much in the episodes because you know what I'm saying. Motherfuckers be saying I be cursing too much. I'm so upset. I don't know what's about to come out my fucking mouth. I don't know.
Be saying that.
Look. I don't know what's about to come on my mouth, bro. I am so sorry if you watching this and you like, this nigga curse too much. I'm about to say some nut shit. Like this next, we can get into sinners now, but this next segment I'm about to say some nut shit. All right, let's talk about Shedeur. All right, I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. Shout out Ryan Coogler. Shout out everybody at Sinners.
Shout out y'all because the love that y'all have been giving to us for like our review of Sinners has been insane.
Yeah,
everything we put out, y'all fuck with. There's a video that blew up on my page that's gotten like more views than I've ever gotten on an Instagram reel.
Damn.
Talking about like my take on a certain thing. Y'all comments have been cool. Like it's been super fun.
It's been amazing. I saw some comments. People like they actually bought tickets to go see it.
Yeah,
I was like, that's hard.
That's hard.
That's hard. I ain't gonna lie. I'm going to see it a third time. I already saw it twice. I saw it in IMAX.
I'm about to go watch it.
I saw it in
gotta see it in
IMAX 70 mm or whatever it is. Nigga.
I gotta see it, bro.
Yeah,
It's hard.
We gotta go again.
You gotta talk about the drop it had.
What happened?
Oh,
no,
yeah,
I'm about
the
to.
bread,
So
yeah.
I got you. Right. So the basically some updates about Sinners. It earned $45 million in its second week in the box office, down 6%, which is the smallest drop in any genre since Avatar 2009.
Oh my
God.
That's
Avatar,
crazy.
that-
Avatar is one of the biggest movies ever.
Avatar is like
So let me put it in perspective for the people that don't know like the film shit. I was doing a little research on it. Basically, on that second week, regardless of the movie, on that second week, even a 50% drop in like sales is like a really good like week.
It's same thing with like albums.
Yeah. 6% is like damn near unheard of.
Yeah, that's
6%
insane,
is nuts.
bro.
I don't
It
think
damn
people
near did
understand.
better the second week,
Yeah.
which is, and it's continuing to rise still, right? They had a whole bunch of people talking about, but that
budget.
90 million budget, that 90 million, even though they don't never say no shit like that.
Hell
if you
no.
look at
Pocket watching.
shit like
Pocket
Avatar,
watching, bro.
Avatar and shit like that, bro, their budgets are like billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Like, they don't talk about that shit usually. Worldwide, Sinners has now made 161.6 million.
Pass,
So
bro.
well
Pass
over the
the
budget.
budget.
Pass budget,
Well over the
bro.
budget.
Wait,
Shit
you
is
said
thriving.
what?
Huh?
You said what about budgets, nigga? Fucking, I just looked up Avatar's budget. You know what Avatar's budget is, and we have not heard about it?
What?
$237 million for the 2009 film.
Yeah,
Bro,
actually,
you know
okay,
that
never mind.
that budget
they
be
crazy,
most bro. That budget be like most Marvel films, and they don't even break.
Yes.
They don't even break.
Yeah,
fucking
Sinners
half.
was 90, mind you, and it
You
made
have-
the headline.
I think the only one that really I know Avatar.
He might not make the money back.
Avatar killed the. I know Avatar killed the budget.
Yeah.
I know fucking like Infinity War killed the budget. But we're talking Ryan Coogler and his own production
himself,
company against Marvel Cinematic Universe,
That's
and fucking
insane,
like
bro.
Avatar.
And this nigga did
like
it.
yeah, that's crazy. Fucking insane.
lowest-
But
Sinners is doing fucking amazing.
They're so connecting to that because I saw this big. And going back to Saquon Barkley, whatever the name is, the whole thing of like, these people in power don't respect us. Bro, they came out with a whole article of like, the next weekend, they were like, Sinners dropped 27%. And they were making like a big fuss of it, like, oh, this isn't the movie everyone says. And it's so crazy because I saw this one thing.
Y'all just
Seth
can't be
Rogen.
black.
Exactly. You can't be black and gray. Bro, I saw this thing, Seth Rogen, and I messed with it so much when he said it because it connects to this. He was like, because I guess the question was, is Hollywood dying? And all he said was, yo, it takes one weekend. All it takes is that one magical weekend. It was like that one weekend with Barbie, Oppenheimer, for Hollywood to really get back on pace. Nigga, and we had that weekend.
We literally just had that
Sinners.
weekend.
Bro,
People are
everyone's talking
coming out to the movie theaters to see Sinners.
Yeah.
And remember,
To see
that was a
Sinners, bro.
huge thing. Like
You know how-
2 years ago, especially around COVID time. Remember, it was a huge thing. Niggas was like, "Oh, niggas don't go to the movies no more. Everything
Niggas
streaming
going out to
platforms."
the movies.
No,
Niggas
no.
going
You
out to
niggas
the
ain't making
movies,
good
bro.
fucking movies.
Yeah,
That's what it
now
is.
going back
when you
to
make
the
a good
point.
fucking movie, people go watch the fucking movie.
Exactly, bro.
I think the
And then
last
going-
time I went to the movies before Sinners was like Bad Boys, the last one that
Yeah,
they made.
I couldn't dare.
I ain't
you.
telling
that.
last
Bro,
What were you
and
finna say?
then I said going back to the point was the whole thing was he was saying was, yo, to revive Hollywood is just you have to give the people an experience for that weekend. And Ryan Coogler did it. And what was the article? Ryan Coogler's killing Hollywood.
Yeah, nuts. Even
When
though-
he quite literally
Ryan
just
Coogler
saved Hollywood
just made
through that
himself.
weekend.
Yeah.
Ryan Coogler just made himself bank, yes, but he just made bank for every movie theater. He just made bank for Hollywood. He just got eyes everywhere, and you're talking about he's killing Hollywood.
He's killing Hollywood, and we don't even talk about the shit that actually does.
What
kill
you
Hollywood.
mean is he's black.
Yeah,
Exactly,
That's what
bro.
you're saying.
Most
Like,
movies
come on,
have
he's a
come out
nigga
this
and
year
he's
haven't even
successful.
broken fucking budget, and this nigga has well surpassed budget.
Some of the things that people have been saying. Well, one thing, fun fact about Ryan Coogler that I just found out, that nigga was in debt $200,000 when he was making Creed.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Yes.
Nigga was in debt.
They didn't make bread from
200,000.
Fruitvale Station. None of that.
Crazy.
Done.
And then the nigga, you feel me? You know what I mean?
And now he's
so that's
him.
cool as fuck.
That's crazy.
I had already said it. Okay, so another thing that I wanted to talk about real quick and shit was the whole like the comment, some of the comments that we got from the last one with that the Chinese woman.
What's her name? Grace?
Yeah, Grace. And like how we kind of like said how her character was and the
I'm not gonna
implications of that
lie.
shit like this.
I feel like you either didn't watch the movie or you watched it with your ears closed and eyes off.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. Y'all are bugging.
But wait, what are you saying?
So,
What-
basically, some of the comments was saying like we were reaching and that like that really wasn't like,
mind you, I'm mutual.
Are they of African descent?
Some of them.
Oh, brother.
But mind you, my homie Straw Hat, he was the person, he was like one of the only
Straw
he was
Hat
like,
Goofy, the
yeah,
boy.
he was like
Yes, sir.
the TikToker. He does movie shit, like he loves that shit, and he was going around like he was interviewing Ryan Coogler like immediately in the lead up to the movie dropping and afterwards. Remember when he commented, he was like, "Oh, I remember I caught that too." I was like, "Okay, we are definitely not tweaking here." Then I see the comments rolling, and I seen a comment in particular. They were like, "Oh, I mean, like, let's be real, she had a kid or whatever. What would you do in the situation? I'm pretty sure
Not
she ain't
kill
on an
everyone.
XYZ, da-da-da. Like, you telling me that it's bad to act like how a mother would act? Do you think that the smartest game plan to get back to your daughter in that situation was to let everybody in at the same time?
And get everyone.
you know, I mean, you know what that
I'm
shows,
sorry,
though?
she was not planning to walk out of there alive. That's why she killed one person and
first
died.
of all, niggas gotta understand the symbolism too, because it's like, bro, they weren't like, hey, if you come outside, we'll just take you to your daughter, risk free. No, you're dying, my nigga. You're dead.
I think
and
there's
then they're
another thing.
coming in and killing everybody else.
There's another thing, right? Like I think that goes to show you that like you can't be you can't put yourself in those situations like with certain people. In my opinion, I would kill Grace. I'm gonna keep it a beam.
Oh,
with
yeah,
you.
she'd
You're
be
not
good.
about to. I would have killed. I would have stabbed Grace because
she's
you're
not.
on Jesus. You're not about to kill everybody in here because your daughter.
Yeah.
I understand that, but that's a sense of arrogance.
Yeah.
You feel like your life and your daughter is more important than literally all 9 of us that are also in here about to die.
Yeah.
And I think
Fuck
the
are we
biggest-
talking about,
bro? And the
I don't give a
biggest
fuck
example-
how hyped she is. What do we? This nigga Smoke saw his fucking.
I was
brother
just
die.
gonna say, and he
Exactly.
didn't sacrifice
And
nobody.
he didn't sacrifice nobody. What the fuck are we talking about?
There's
You just
one
sacrificed
thing-
everyone.
There's one thing that I caught about that scene too, where it was after the whole shit happened, all the I'm gonna say zombies, all the vampires burned and shit, and then the KKK pulled up. Did y'all realize like the barn was locked?
Yeah.
That
barn
nigga,
was-
that
the barn
nigga, not the Stack. That nigga Stack was in that barn, bro.
Wait, what?
The nigga
Oh,
Stack was in that barn, bro.
Because no, they ran away, gang.
No, the white girl ran. When she
Was
started
I
off
swear
in
there
the
was
forest.
a scene. I swear no. I swear there was a scene though when they were talking about how when they were
got
talking
away.
to Sammy, when they were talking to Sammy at the end, maybe they were talking to Sammy at the end and they was like, yeah, he told us to run away, or he told us to not like to leave you alone. And then it showed the scene of him and Shorty running away right before the end of it, no?
I don't know.
No,
I remember seeing the girl run away. I don't know if he ran away with her, but I don't know if he was in the
I feel like
barn.
I swear I
guess
saw
that
both of
she
them
ran
running
away.
to the forest
I don't
at the end of
remember.
it.
I
They
feel
might
like
have.
they made some type of deal because his shorty died, right? She got killed by the vampires or whatever. And in order to save this nigga, Smoke was like, okay, I'm gonna lock you in here so you can be alive, but I'm gonna go out there. And now, when he died, now he's with his family, and Stack is dead, and now he's with.
I need to
his
watch it again.
Like you gotta watch it again, bro.
I watched
Like,
it twice.
again.
I watched it twice.
I need to watch
I
it again.
say, wait, nah.
Nah, I see one.
Bro,
This is what I.
you
No,
gotta
okay, so
think
this is what
about
it is. This is what it was.
They
This is
were
what it was.
fighting, and then it just cut the scene.
So they were fighting. So they were fighting, and then remember, he told him to stay away from Sammy. It was the end of the thing. He told him the only reason why I didn't come after you all these years is because Smoke told me to stay away from you. He stayed away from him. Him and Shorty ran away from the scene. They left, and then they just lived out their years like kind of in the shadows, watching that nigga.
That's what I figured.
That nigga, Sammy. That's what it was. I'm telling you, that's what it was.
We got to watch it again. I can't
watch
give a take on it.
I'll say the possible reason why he still could have been in a barn, because I do remember the white girl running. I don't remember him running. I think the a sense that makes is like him being in the barn because he can't go outside because he'll burn.
Right. Yeah.
That's like the only thing. But I'll say this, I don't remember him running.
Y'all bugging.
Yeah?
I'm gonna show you.
I don't remember him
But I
running.
watched it twice. I'm the only nigga that watched it twice.
Okay, well, yeah.
I'm gonna show you.
I
I'm
don't
show you.
think that
I'm
nigga
bugging.
was he.
He ran. All right, whatever.
She was gone.
She was gone. She was gone. But yeah, no. Sinners had a great week. All right. I love you, Ryan Coogler. Love you so much. Can we please get into this shit? Can we please get into this Doom Day? Because I got shit to say, bro.
Yep.
I've been seizing this whole fucking time.
Yeah, so
let's get into this fucking Doom
let's get right into the Doom of the day. So
Mr.
we got
Shedeur Sanders.
Shedeur Sanders. So the NFL draft just happened.
The NFL draft just happened.
Some bullshit, man.
Gang. Okay.
Oh my God.
Let me break it down.
Ooh,
Right?
I can't wait for
Let me
this.
break it down. First of all, if you don't know what the NFL draft is at this point, I don't know what the fuck to tell you.
They pick the player, and the player goes and plays football.
One block of doom.
Yeah, bro, fucking slave master of doom. Anyway, NFL draft weekend just happened, right? Now me, right? I got a special place in my heart about the NFL draft because I went to the NFL draft when I was a kid and it came to Chicago, right? They came to Chicago. I couldn't tell you what year they came to Chicago, but they came to Chicago. I remember I was there, nigga. We was with the radio shows. We was watching people get drafted.
That's cool.
They had the little. They ain't had no Chicago hat, so I got a Detroit hat because I fucked with Matthew Stafford and shit back in the day. It was cool, right? So I got a special place in my heart with the draft. This draft, though, however, right? This draft, though. Might have been the most nut draft I think has ever happened. Mind you, first of all, viewership was up an all-time high to the nigga that they're fucking bashing. Right? Yeah. Cool, right? If you don't know what happened in this draft, basically, right, you have a few prominent names in this draft. I'm just going to say there was a lot of good people, and congrats to everybody that did get drafted. A few prominent names, Travis Hunter, Cam Ward, and some before this, right, would have said the obvious Shedeur Sanders, right? Not only because Shedeur Sanders was a really good player throughout the entirety of his college, like at Jacksonville and at fucking Colorado, but also because his father is Deion Sanders. Who is Deion Sanders? Deion Sanders is a fucking Hall of Famer.
Was Shedeur, when he was in college, was he a top prospect? Like everyone was looking at him.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was definitely a top. He was a projected first round pick, right? If you don't know what happened to Shedeur basically got humbled, and Shedeur was picked 144th, I believe. Let me make sure. 5th round, 144th. Right?
Yep.
Now, where's the significance in that? Right, Matt? At least the nigga got picked. Well, one of the biggest things that a lot of people are talking about is the fact that it determines money, obviously. He missed out on around like $40 million being drafted in the 5th versus he missed out on like $40 million. Yeah. His contract's on like $5 million. Yeah. His contract, I think, is damn near less, if not like, it's close to the cost of his NIL. Like his NIL deal, I think, is like $4 million.
That's
like,
hilarious.
It's close. Yeah, it's not. It's not.
Just
right?
to humble him.
Yeah, to humble him, right? So this is what we're going to say. So Cam Ward was pick number 1. Cam Ward's another QB. QBs that went in front of him, Jackson Dart. They went to the Giants. That was the one that they fucking posted, that the Sun posted and leaked. Another one that got drafted before him was, I think his name's like Dylan Gabriel or Gabriel. I forgot his name.
I'm sorry to cut you off. His son leaked it.
Yeah, so the New York Giants like head coach or like someone on the staff or GM or someone, his son posted on his Instagram story the night before the draft like Jackson Dart, and then like private his account like immediately.
What's up with all these kids fucking up? Like,
I don't
there's
know.
like more.
What is up with all these random kids just fucking up? These niggas aren't fucking up, bro. And we're gonna get into it. All right, so we're gonna get into it, right? So yes, he goes 5th round, right? Now let me get into it. Right? Shiloh, his brother, ends up getting going undrafted to the Bucks. Travis Hunter, the star wide receiver and I believe like DB or cornerback or whatever, I forgot the fucking secondary defensive position he plays. Travis Hunter gets drafted 2nd.
Second round.
No.
Second overall.
Second overall pick of the 1st round. Yes.
Heisman.
Yeah, he's the Heisman. He's the Heisman. Travis goes
First
second.
round, second pick.
Huh? Yeah. First round, second pick. Cam Ward goes first. Which, okay, cool, right? Cam Ward's an amazing player. Travis Hunter's amazing player.
Wait. Before you start.
Okay.
When did Jimmy Horn and all them?
They went like fourth round, I believe, something. Yeah, it was later. It was later. The Colorado kids, they went later. But I know there was I think 4 Colorado people got picked up before him. Wester got picked up. Jimmy Horn Jr. got picked up. Another person got picked up. I forgot.
Get into it.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm gonna reiterate it. Travis Hunter, the best wide receiver in the league, and Heisman Trophy winner, and secondary, basically brother to Shedeur Sanders. Goes second pick in the first round. How in the fuck does the QB that threw the nigga the ball go 5th round, 144?
That was the biggest thing I was thinking.
Does that make sense?
That's the thing that pissed me off too. Cause it's like, bro, the niggas he's throwing to
that
get
should
drafted
kill
before him.
Gang.
Yeah.
That kills any fucking argument anybody has.
It's not merit.
Yeah.
It's not.
You're not telling
not
me
merit.
that
It's not
the
merit
nigga that threw to the Heisman winner all year went 144th in the 5th fucking round.
Newsflash, niggas, he's not getting a Heisman if the quarterback is ass.
Exactly. And then he made a good point. He was saying, because I don't really watch college football, he was like, the lineman was ass.
Yes,
so he
they had no
O-line.
Horrible O-line. Okay, oh my God.
You might as well just
Bro, go crazy, bro.
This nigga.
Go crazy, bro.
Okay, so let me tell you. I've been watching Shedeur and them since they was at Jackson State. I've been watching Travis since he was at fucking, I forgot his high school, but it was like this, it was some Eagle shit. Is his old high school, right? I used to watch Destroying videos, and that's how I learned about Travis Hunter when he was a fucking high schooler. These niggas have been cold. These niggas have been good. Shedeur been good since his senior year in high school. The only reason why there's always been talk is because of his father, is because of that, right? Mind you, we have examples in sports. We always have examples of not only nepotism, but like the dad talking too much. LeVar fucking Ball.
Yeah, exactly.
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
They gave that nigga a TV show.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we talking about?
I see LeVar on my TV in an ad filming from his couch every day.
Okay.
And his sons are going crazy
So
in the
you're
league.
you're telling me Shedeur Sanders is not a first round pick. He's not a first round pick, even though he's been throwing to a Heisman winner.
Did go first
since
overall.
he was that went second overall.
Yeah.
Since he was like, at this point, what he got to be like? How old is that nigga? I don't know. I don't know college, but
like
since he
22 or
was at Jackson State, he's been throwing to that nigga. You're not telling me it's about fucking merit. You're not telling me it's about his attitude. You're not telling me about none of this shit. Another thing, right? Deion Sanders said some shit, right? This was a few months ago, like a few months. I think it was on Gilly and them podcast, right? A few months ago, Deion Sanders was like, "Yeah, like if they don't go where they like want to, like need to go, we're gonna have an Eli situation, right?" If y'all don't know what Eli is referring to Eli Manning, right? Obviously not the Peyton brothers, the Manning brothers, right? Crazy ass football players, Hall of
Peyton
Famers,
Manning, Eli Manning.
amazing QBs, like. Etc. Right? I used to love that nigga Payne Manning, nigga. Like, man, I remember that shit. Amazing, right? And I'm not even a huge football head, and I know, like, okay, they have that.
Yeah.
I didn't know, right? Because I was barely fucking alive when it happened. Fucking the whole shit behind like the Eli Manning shit, like basically coming into the draft with their dad and everything that came with that. Basically, them being like he was basically like, no, I'm not playing for the Chargers. He's like, I'm not playing for the Chargers. Period.
Demanding.
Real shit.
Yeah,
Demanding.
Eli was like, I'm not playing for the Chargers. And they ended up drafting him anyways, first round, first pick.
Wow.
They ended up drafting a nigga. Ask me what the fuck happened. They traded that nigga to the Giants for the 4th round pick. It happened literally that day. The day of the draft it happened, and then he went on to lead like a Hall of Fame.
Wait,
career.
so the Chargers drafted him. They traded him to the team that he
because
wanted.
his dad
both
too
quarterbacks?
was like, yeah, we're not playing.
They're both quarterbacks.
So no
Granted,
backlash.
I'm not saying Shedeur is as good as Eli Manning. But I am saying we literally had a situation like that. Mind you, everybody and their mom sitting there, well, if they would have just shut up and stop being so cocky, be humble. White people love to tell black people to be fucking humble.
Not even.
Y'all niggas be the most cocky motherfuckers on the planet when it comes to all of the shit y'all got going on. Whatever it is.
It's his charisma.
And it's, he just has that swagger
He
to
just
him.
has that
and then
swagger
a black man
to him.
does it, and a black man doesn't. He a thug. And he a thug. Etc. Mind you, another example of that. This nigga Shedeur at the combine had his cap like a little bit back. Oh, why is he's so unprofessional? The nigga Shedeur, Rolly in the chain. He's so name a nigga in that fucking draft without a chain on. Stop bullshitting like that.
Who had his hat backwards?
Right.
Who was the white nigga who had his hat backwards?
The white nigga that had his.
Was it Jackson Dart or was
it might have been Jackson Dart. Dart had his hat backwards.
They did a side by side.
I noticed
Stop
it.
bullshitting me like it has anything to do other than the fact that this nigga's a confident black man that his father is a Hall of Famer. Of course he's going to be fucking confident.
Literally.
He's been doing this shit since he was a child.
Yes.
Bro, and you notice a lot of, because you see, they said it's this whole thing. They said it's a whole thing with like ego and him being arrogant. You see a lot of football players like talking they shit and being arrogant. It's really because it'd get real political because he's a fucking quarterback. He's a black quarterback.
You want to talk about, okay. No. Because let's really get into it though, right?
Quarterback has historically been like the white man's position.
Yeah, it's the white man's position. That's why they overly criticize it because he's a quarterback.
First of all, and they
stop.
overly criticize it. I wanna let y'all know something. How the fuck do you determine a good quarterback? How? There are so many factors to determine a good quarterback. It is damn near impossible. What are we talking about? Yeah. These dumbass scouts be coming to these fucking places and will see a nigga for the one time and be like, oh yeah, I just don't think that. You've never heard one of his teammates say something negative about Shedeur and his attitude and how he's a cancerous, he's cancer in the locker room. But randomly right before the draft, reporters, he's just a cancer and teams don't really want that cancer. But you'll have niggas on your fuck a nigga. I was finna say you'll have niggas on your roster like what's his name? Oh, Dak Prescott and shit like that. Oh, he's a candidate. You'll have niggas like that. But fuck all that. You'll have niggas in management positions. Jerry fucking Jones, who was in 1957 fucking pictures. Stopping black people from getting in places.
Yep.
Who has been in multiple lawsuits for sexually harassing or for allegedly sexually harassing women and all types of shit. Do you know how much shit that Jerry Jones has been in and he has a managerial position? Stop bullshitting me. It has anything to do other than the fact that he's a confident black man.
It's bug breaking.
Yeah.
It's bug breaking. I seen someone put it in perspective when they said it. It's basically what they used to do during like slavery days when they do slave auctions or whatever. When if there is a black person being too uppity or whatever, we'll make an example out of you to make sure all the other slaves don't get out of line.
Exactly.
That's exactly what the fuck that is. You're a bunch of wealthy ass white people.
Teach him a lesson. Make him an example. Teach him a lesson. You gotta
He's
think
been
about
good
that.
at the game.
We
gotta put it into perspective. I don't think we've watched the same season. He went to a college.
Do you remember the game where he went on that last drive? He threw it all the way to heaved it up in the.
This is a college that was 1-11.
No. 1-11 before Deion and them got there.
9-3.
They were 1-11 before Dean and them got there. They couldn't sell fucking seats at that Colorado thing. Nigga, I tried to get a ticket because my sister is in Colorado. I tried to get a fucking ticket. I couldn't even get when they were all fucking packed out. They're all sold out.
And the thing,
sold out.
And I want us
gone.
I really want us to emphasize on the nigga had no fucking O-line. Like that's like I'm standing here and there's nobody fucking guarding me.
These
you see
niggas,
6'8" big ass.
That's like Caleb. That's like Caleb.
The quarterback is not.
That's like Caleb Williams takes the Bears to the championship or takes them to the playoffs next year with their current O-line. And you're mad because he's confident.
And I'm gonna be real with you. The Bears O-line is better than the fucking. The Bears O-line is better than the fucking.
You put a pro.
That's how shit their O-line.
You put a pro NFL O-line in front of this nigga, bro. You don't think he's gonna take,
bro?
You don't think he's gonna demolish?
Go crazy.
AB, bro. They all know this. That's the fucked up part.
They know this.
They know this.
And you know
these niggas talk about professionalism. They talk about professionalism, and it's bullshit, nigga. They did the same thing to Lamar Jackson when he got into the league, bro. They did the exact same thing. Oh, well, he's not gonna be this. Oh, he's unprofessional. Oh, the way he talks is this. Oh, the way he does. And then next thing you know, oh, he's the face of Lamar Jackson. He's just he's such a runner. He's the face of the league. He's You niggas will suck a nigga dick once a nigga go crazy, but then be sitting there bullshitting the entire time they're about to get.
But then when Colin Kaepernick,
bro, they all know this. And the fact is, they're bullshitting with this nigga so much. Tell them about the fucking prank call.
Gang, I'm about to get into that.
Oh my.
So then, right? I was literally gonna get into that. So during that day, not only did you publicly embarrass this child, he's
your
not
age.
that much.
He's
Yeah,
your
your
age.
age. You publicly embarrassed this nigga because you didn't take him first round. Okay, you didn't take him second round. Nah.
Third round, you're pushing. Fourth round, you're bullshitting.
Fifth round, somebody needs to get shot. Keeping it a beam. So you publicly embarrass him, right? On every fucking media platform. And then the call comes. This nigga's on stream. He has a phone. The phone is a phone that he only gave to NFL coaches. He only gave that number to recruits. He had got the phone the day before. He receives a call from an agency, from a GM, right? Oh, yeah, you'll have to wait a little longer or something like that. Hangs up the phone. He's like, what the fuck was that? Come to find out, it is the Atlanta Falcons defensive coordinator's son. They prank called this nigga. Apparently, the story goes that the son walks into his dad's office, Jeff Ulbrich or whatever his name is, walks into his dad's office. He ends up seeing finding the confidential information on a document on his computer or something like that.
That shit.
Right. He writes down the number and then prank calls him. Right. There was also another person that received this prank call. It was a white another white player. Right. But there was two people that received the prank call. I don't think people understand how nuts that is, right?
Yeah.
And the reason being is it just came out today. The Atlanta Falcons and Jeff got fined $250,000 to the Atlanta Hawkins. Or Hawkins. Why do I keep saying Hawkins? $250,000 to the Atlanta Falcons. And $100,000 to Jeff. Nigga, I'm slapping the fuck out my child.
No, that child.
I'm whooping y'all.
Nigga, we will run
$300,000.
There is not a fade. Nigga, there's not a fade that I'm belt to ass.
Ass to belt.
You just, nigga, I didn't even know nothing about it. I didn't, because I'm not even gonna say, oh, Jeff knew about it. I don't know. Whatever. You just ran up 100 bands.
These niggas.
300 bands off of one call that you could have not done.
For what?
Fuck is
just
these
to make
niggas
somebody
doing,
hazing him?
Just to make these niggas.
It seems like hazing to me, bro.
Because it feels like
it's like
you want to know what it feels like if you actually or have a brain cell about you. If there's a nigga who's young and he getting drafted, he finna be fresh in the league and he think he's so good, okay, then play against him and put him on his ass, and then that gives you the reality, you in the NFL now. You niggas are playing bullshit with the draft game? And I don't understand how as a franchise you pass on him for 4 fucking rounds.
And I want you to know, and I want everybody at home to know, this is not a conspiracy. No. There are people on the inside, NFL scouts, managers. There are people, anonymous people that have literally said we saw his attitude and we just really felt that's crazy.
And
meaning collusion. You niggas dead ass was nobody drafted
that damn near that. I'm pretty sure that should be illegal. But they still practice it to this day. They have it in all types of leagues. I remember even in the MLB back in the 80s, 90s. There was this one nigga. I think his name was Lonnie Smith or something like that. And he was trying to get his contract or whatever because he had just had a really good season. And a bunch of all of the league pretty much agreed in unison that we're not gonna sign this nigga, so he'd have to go back to the team he was just with and get paid less.
Oh my God.
Gang.
It's political.
What do you look up?
This is gonna be off topic, but Jordan Peele, right? He's releasing a film called Him. And it's based on NFL.
Yeah, it is.
It's a horror film based on the NFL. This nigga he got some superpowers or something.
Yeah, no,
predictive.
Right?
He's
predictive with Shedeur
producing it.
Right.
Yeah, so I just want to be.
That's insane.
I gotta see that now. I gotta see that now.
I was finna say it's so crazy how political the NFL is because you would think that actually drafting him first round and putting him on a team there's no disadvantage to that, bro. Your fucking stadium's gonna sell because you have Shedeur there for his first game. There's no disadvantage, bro.
What it is?
That's how you know it's actual personal.
What it is the NFL and not even just the NFL. Society has a fear of confident black men because it threatens white supremacy. That's what it is.
That's what it is, bro.
Period.
Oh my God, you guys are reaching. You guys are so woke. Guys, Colin Kaepernick exists. We haven't even I've mentioned him twice. We haven't even talked about it. Colin Kaepernick to this day. Colin Kaepernick.
Give him the word.
Colin Kaepernick voiced a political opinion. He didn't even voice it because he was silently kneeling. And media lost its mind. NFL lost his mind. This nigga doesn't have a job to this day. And he was one of the best quarterbacks in the league when this happened.
I don't think people understand how
let me say that again. This is a nigga who did First Amendment right that's granted to you by the Constitution.
This was before,
and it's not even on some.
He was very
good.
Like,
Everyone likes
like
to bullshit.
I will show you
a video. I will show you a video that I watched that went into like the analytics and his passer rating at the time in comparison to other people in his same position at that time and his age.
Colin Kaepernick
he was
would be
one
a
of
Hall
the
of
best.
Colin Kaepernick, if he was still in the league, would be a Hall of Famer.
Yes,
he'd be a Hall of Famer.
And niggas will gaslight you about his performance because like, nah, just because he wasn't that good. He was one of the best in the league, and they froze this nigga out, not because he left a hate comment under someone's shit, not because he was one of these right-wing niggas that scream about First Amendment when they get their account deleted for lying about a vaccine.
Amazing.
Yeah. He said,
he's still amazing.
Still good. He said that police brutality is a problem, and he kneeled. And he lost his job for that.
These people don't realize.
Y'all are acting like it's unheard of that like these niggas in the NFL have a very perverse incentive when it comes to black people. They do not respect the athletes that they dominion over, and they will take that shit and buck break you. I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck how many fucking Black Lives Matter logos you spray paint on that fucking field if nothing's happening in behind closed doors.
Y'all are still racist as fuck.
Then niggas want to get on. Then niggas. Here we go. Can we pull up the Trump tweet that niggas wanted me to, and I will say this before reading about the fucking the cancer patient, I was gonna sit there and be like, I'll give Trump his props because he did help. I would say it was good that it was cool that he shined awareness on the fact that Shedeur didn't get drafted, right?
But let's reframe it. Even a nigga who's ghoulish enough to deport a 4-year-old with cancer was on the right side of what should have happened with Shedeur.
This nigga says, and mind you, he was like,
for it too.
Nigga, the nigga was fucking tightrope walking on this line. What's wrong with the NFL owners? Are they stupid? Deion Sanders was a great college football player and was even greater in the NFL. He's also a very good coach, streetwise and smart. Wait, backtrack. He's also a very good coach, streetwise and smart.
Streetwise mean?
And what do you mean
for the fucking NFL?
What are we talking? Wait, you play college football in the street?
In the street.
He a nigga?
Oh.
Nigga. He a nigga, that's what you
He also black and shit. He also a thug and shit.
Ball street. Nigga, what are you talking
about? What are you talking about?
You've not hung out with these.
Therefore, Shedeur and his quarterback son.
Shedeur, his quarterback son.
Oh, Shedeur, Shedeur, has phenomenal genes.
It's a slave auction.
And is set for greatness. He should be, quotation, picked immediately by a team that wants to win. Good luck, Shedeur, and say hello to your wonderful father. Wait a minute, backtracking.
Whoa.
First of all, this nigga said he has phenomenal genes. What the fuck are you talking about?
He's trolling.
That's slave auction.
That's slave auction.
That's the compliment of a nigga.
Oh, his arms.
Look at this nigga, his arms big as shit. Pick him.
This is the compliment of a nigga who has no idea how to interact with black people.
No.
At all.
But Trump's not racist.
I bet you eat chicken too.
I genuinely think this nigga has to be trolling.
Fuck out of here, bro.
What do you mean streetwise? And what do you mean?
This nigga said he should be picked.
You're trolling. Like Donald Trump,
you're
know
trolling.
Exactly what the fuck he means when he throws in like little shit like
what the fuck
that's
do you
exactly
mean
where he's supposed to be at when it comes to you're talking about a nigga. He has very good genes. Nuts. You couldn't say he's a phenomenal athlete. He's great at the sport. He has very good genes. Like he's a specimen.
And a few things that have happened. Right? Shedeur, first of all, his song "Perfect Timing," right, went up 580%. As it should, right? As it should. Cool. Another thing that happened. Shedeur Sanders has the third highest jersey sales of anybody that was drafted.
Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself.
A fifth round, 144th pick.
Go fuck yourself.
And a lot of people are saying, well, look at Tom Brady, right? Tom Brady, he was a 199th pick, and Shedeur's gonna be the same. True, that could be true.
That's because
that does not mean he should have been
Brady was not that good when he came in.
That doesn't mean he should be fucking drafted 5th round. That still does not
There
mean
are
he should be
Hall of
drafted fifth
Famers
round.
in every sport that get drafted 167
Because there was some
overall.
bullshit
That
when they
doesn't
came
mean
in.
if that doesn't mean if fucking Ken Griffey Jr. is going to be projected number one like round
And you
and he
draft
goes
the nigga
fit. That
sixth
doesn't mean that
round.
you can't look at that and be like,
I'm
whoa.
keeping it a being with you. Shedeur should have been like, I don't know where Jackson Dart was on the thing. I'm not entirely sure, but like, I genuinely don't think Shedeur should have
He
dropped
should.
out. At
It shouldn't have. It shouldn't have passed
been
the
20.
second round without
It
him
should
getting
not.
drafted.
It should not have
pass
been
second
20.
round.
I don't think it should
20
have
in
been
the first
20
round, yeah.
before him. You got to
way-
think about
the way
this.
people are talking
You also
about it,
got
I
to
see
think about
Skip
this.
Bayless
You also
react.
got
I
to
see-
think about this. You also got to think about the impact. No. And I didn't go into analytics because y'all don't really understand analytics. I'm not that deep into football, and also our viewers probably aren't either. But genuinely, like, Shedeur had an amazing fucking season, right? I also want to say this though. This doesn't happen, right? And that's why you had a Skip Bayless coming out and saying this.
Patrick
shit.
Mahomes came out
He
and
did.
said it too. A bunch of
Patrick,
people.
a lot of people, mind you. Patrick Mahomes
Has his own
Jesus
thing.
Christ,
We'll
has
get
his
into
own
him,
thing. We'll
too.
get into him real quick. But it's they demonize black people, not only just in general, fucking society, but also, right, they demonize these black men in the NFL, and they make up the NFL.
Yes.
Y'all are sitting here, you're sitting here bullshitting with Shedeur. When not only is he gonna bring jersey sales, gonna bring people to the stands and season tickets and a whole community of people that are now, wherever team he goes, they're going to ride for. He went to Cleveland, they're gonna ride for Cleveland now.
Give Shedeur
they
2 seasons, and Shedeur will be the face of the NFL.
I was just about to say he's going to embarrass.
They're going to make
He's going to
bread off the
embarrass
back
them.
of this nigga's likeness,
Literally.
of his jersey sales, of his team success. They're going to make bread, and these are the same
You
niggas
got
that
people-
just froze
but you know
him
what
out
There's 5 people
for being confident.
The Cleveland Browns have 5 quarterbacks. I would not be surprised if he was the starter in like his next season.
I want to see.
at all.
I want to see a comparison between the Browns stadiums before.
Yeah,
Shedeur gets there
it's
and
going to
after.
be different.
It's gonna be nuts because the
It's
Browns-
going to be
Bro,
different.
there's no disadvantage to Shedeur as himself.
not.
Bro, he's
Really?
gonna blow up
Fuck the
everything.
Bears because we have Caleb. Get that nigga too. He's been, like at a certain point, these niggas he's on the market. He's literally there, and you are all sitting there not drafting this nigga to do whatever sort of
And,
message you want to
bro-
send. He's about to make everybody so much.
And I need people to realize who's
So
saying
much
like,
fucking bread.
oh no, he needs to be humble. No, bro. This is a case of people in power trying to put black people down and make sure they know they play.
This is I'm sorry, my mic. This is LeVar Ball advertising his sons the way he did, right? And you'd be almost stupid right now to call LeVar a nuisance or anything when you have a nigga like LaMelo playing.
I'm gonna go back. Yes,
When you have a nigga
All-
when Lonzo
yeah,
was
let's
healthy.
see every team in the league pass on LaMelo fucking Ball for 4 or 5 rounds. Are you daft?
You're losing.
No, yeah, some niggas can be confident.
You're losing.
Because some niggas understand it.
Some niggas understand it.
And you know that they understand it
Shedeur
because you're about to make
understands
so
it.
much bread off of them.
It's absolutely insane. It's absolutely fucking insane.
Nuts. But on the other topic of politics being in sports, the NFL in particular, this is not like the race relations in the NFL is something very special because you see black people who have, through their own work, through their own effort and athleticism, like built themselves up to this point. And the moment you get higher and higher stratified up that income like level, up that like bigger like colleges, you see more and more white people. That's pretty much all you're going to fucking be around. So it's going to be a culture shock for a lot. But you see that demonstrated in shit like what Patrick Mahomes said too.
This nigga Patrick Mahomes the other day was on like I forgot where he was, but he was on some shit. He had cut his hair and he was like, yeah, I can't believe you guys let me walk around. I feel like I could do a good Patrick Mahomes.
Go ahead.
impression. Nah, I'm not gonna do that shit. But he was like, oh, I can't believe you guys let me walk around. I just did that shit. He was like, I can't believe you guys let me.
He literally said he wasn't gonna do it.
He was like, I can't believe you guys let me walk around with this nappy hair. First of all,
Nappy?
whoa, slow your roll, bud.
All right, nigga.
First of all,
You don't gotta lick a 4C hair and
I was like, nigga, you got 3B.
You're a fine. You're packed.
Hold on. Let's fucking remember, all right? And white woman.
Also, you married to a white woman that in that one interview was like didn't even. They was like, what's his favorite food? He's like, oh, you know this. She's like, fried chicken.
It's Mexican.
It's Mexican.
It's Mexican.
It's Mexican.
Shorty.
Yeah.
You don't have that right, Patty.
They're both
I'm gonna give it a
cool.
big.
Oh, they're both cool.
And she a little Trump supporter type.
Yeah.
So,
They are.
Yeah, Trump supporters like a motherfucker.
That's why
Yeah,
they was
brother's
rooting for
a
That's why they was
the
rooting
whole
for the
team.
Chiefs.
Yeah, his brother.
His brother's just a bitch.
Yeah, it is.
That's why they was rooting for the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. That's why Trump and all them was rooting for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
That's the same like circle.
Yeah, they fuck with that.
And the
That's
nigga
their
thought
circle.
he got
The only
nappy
motherfucker
hair.
that's really not in that circle is Taylor Swift. And,
Which is funny.
Which is hilarious.
Wealthy white
actually.
woman. And
Wealthy
she got
white
more
woman.
common sense than all you. Yeah.
Nuts,
alright.
bro. The
Fucking
NFL like was on fire between the Saquon Barkley,
between the fact that Shannon Sharp lit
is
a
radio
bomb and then walked out the room.
Shannon Sharp's radio silent. Oh, well, you guys are wrong. It's a shakedown. Well, damn, huh? She been shaking the fuck out that nigga. Media circuit on that
right out the
dumbass
media
shit.
wave.
Choke
Nigga.
that nigga.
Shook him back.
Only time
inside
I see
his
that nigga is on Nightcap, nigga.
Yo, and
I seen the last time he
Night
gave.
show.
The last
nigga.
time I
Other than
seen
that, he ain't said shit.
I seen
about
that
it.
nigga get a State of the Union address when he was like, "This is a shakedown," and then that nigga vanished.
No, I thought he had did it.
I probably live longer than you.
He
Would
was
never
fucking-
fade away,
Nigga,
nigga.
he was talking about the Shedeur shit, nigga. I've never seen a man with despair like that. He's cooked. He's done.
He's
Yeah,
fried.
he's
Nah, I ain't
fried.
gonna- it was so much shit that happened this week with the NFL.
Man,
Absolutely
And
insane.
who's Sauce Gardner? Is Sauce Gardner for what?
Bro, this nigga Sauce Gardner, I did put it in. I forgot. Sauce Gardner, this nigga got with Ice Spice.
That I seen.
What
he
did you
hard
just
launch.
say?
He hard
Sauce
launch.
Gardner,
They
they was hard
hard launch.
lawns with Ice Spice.
Yeah, they was posted up in the mirror.
This nigga look back.
His hands.
Why not? Why not me? Damn it! Oi.
Put it up. Put it up.
Sauce Gardner, I forgot he breathes air. But
Yeah, I saw he was with Ice Spice and shit. I was like, gee.
Yeah,
Tough.
guys,
that.
we could do a segment like this about any of the fucking 4 major sports if we put enough time into it. Politics is eating that shit.
Bro, I
Stop.
don't know why people be trying
Become an
Politics,
adult.
bro.
Literally.
Hurry your ass up. Put a belt on, nigga.
Politics is literally in everything, bro.
digging in their belly button every day saying shit like that. Fuck is wrong with
I don't think y'all know what you're talking about.
Like
200 pounds scratching your stomach.
Man,
Nigga on Simping.
and there's a lot of people. If you have any question as to whether or not what we know what we're talking about, a lot of our fans also had those questions as well. Which is why we're going to move swiftly into the final 10. We've reached that time. Oh my God, we're at an hour 49. Oh my God, we did it. We're on tape.
Let's make it
Producer.
2. Yes, sir.
Hey, make sure y'all sub, make sure y'all
that
like the
sub button,
video,
yo.
follow, all of that stuff. We appreciate y'all so much.
Thank you guys for rocking with us
man.
through the majority of the jam. We got one more thing for y'all, and then we'll get out of here. But thank you guys for the love and the support. It means the world.
Shout out Spotify. I see this. This is Spotify coming.
Yeah,
I can
shout
tell.
out Spotify.
I can tell by the font.
Oh, you can tell by that.
Leave your
font.
comments on every platform. Right now, specifically Spotify, we're trying to focus on. So go over there, make sure you do it. You can watch the video on Spotify too, as well. Something that I didn't know until recently. The entire video is on there as well. If you just feel like that's better. So we have 4 comments that we're gonna read off because we felt like we haven't been on our shit with all y'all comments.
God,
A lot
We haven't. Y'all deserve it. Bro.
So we're gonna go. Who wants to take this one?
Fuck it.
Because we all have
From-
them.
Alan can take it.
So we got a comment from Zach. Hashtag JaamTalks. Not a question, okay? But I wanted to say it's good to hear a group of young black men who are clearly intelligent but don't have to act or talk white. Thank you. You guys talking about sinners just made me think of that because Ryan Coogler's on that same type of timing. Keep being yourselves. I think that is a very insightful and important comment that you just brought up, Zach, because it's very important for black men to because you start off code switching, but I think through that code switching, that's how you get a C-double-N because you conform.
Yeah.
That's how you get a
You're
C-double-N.
conditioned. You're
literally.
conditioned. I remember being 15, 16 years old looking for a job, and the immediate thing, mind you, I was doing I'm going into fast food and
I
shit
ain't
like
warn
that.
ya.
Yeah, I'm
Wonderful
immediately
weather we're having.
everybody around me, even certain women in my life was around me, like my sister was being like, "Oh, you got a code switch, and as that's not a bad thing, right? Learning how to code switch and learning those things are there's nothing wrong with that. It also does take away from who you are, bro.
right.
You shouldn't have to put on let me straighten my hair
Right.
and let me always put my hair up so the white man think I'm not dangerous, bro.
It's
You feel
okay
me?
to code switch, but don't become the code switch.
Don't be. You have to have that balance, and you think about it, right? Ryan Coogler has been on a lot of press runs in the past. He's been on a lot of interviews, bro. A lot of people are hearing him now, not only because he's a genius, but a lot of people were surprised at the way he talked.
Yes.
because his
Like,
LA
like,
accent.
West
No,
Side.
he's
Yeah.
not.
Yes,
No, it's
because
West
Ryan
Side.
Coogler.
West Side. Because the thing is that we've all kind of been convinced, and This was funny because I remember, like, you know, when the right will hear a thing and they'll be like, oh, they're saying the concept of using English is racist now. That's not what anyone fucking means when they talk about that. When people talk about that, I remember because I talked about it in a video, is that we've all been kind of conditioned to believe that if you say things in one way, you're more intelligent. If you say things in a different way, even though you still know
Like
what the
cursing.
person's saying, you're unintelligent. Cursing. Or people who say library instead of library. If a nigga walked up to you and said library, I know the building with the books. You're talking.
You know
don't
exactly
need to
what
say,
you're
I don't
talking
give a
about.
fuck. But
Dang.
people will
Well,
literally like
actually-
make trends and they'll be like, it's not library, it's library. You know niggas say library. You know that.
Yeah,
that's
that's
how.
like
That's
when
how. That's just a dialect.
Nigga, that's like when I say jury and people be like, oh, it's jewelry. Nigga, it's jury.
Yeah, and you know what I'm talking about.
You know
right?
exactly.
Because you just told me what I said. Yeah, yes, I said jewelry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or
you
when
know
I
what
say
I'm talking about.
strawberry.
Actually,
Yeah,
like,
it's
bro.
Since when do you ever say
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. You gonna piss me off. That's
Nigga said scrimp.
Now you gonna piss me off.
I do be saying
You gonna piss me
I
off.
say scrimp.
You gonna piss me off.
My nigga scrimp.
But like it's shit like that where it's like you should have the nigga.
No, because that's gonna piss me off. Because that's the balance. You're past that fucking balance. Don't piss me off.
But yeah, getting to be yourself is one of the things that we all want to try to stress because like nigga, I do what I do and I still talk like I remember growing up I got told that I talk white, which I still believe like to a certain extent. I do pronounce shit, but niggas will look at me and be scared anyway. Nigga, I have locks. Why the fuck do I care?
There's no in between.
Yeah.
I remember being in parties saying nigga, they be like, "There's no way you're like black." And then like I remember trying to ask like a woman a question like on the street. And she damn near like, "Oh shit."
Dude,
So
you're
it's
right.
no in between. with
You
shit,
get
bro.
faced with that reality regardless.
Dibby.
Okay, I wanted to read a different one about the song.
What song?
Someone asked. We had a question from Kimmy Briel. I hope I pronounced that right. Said if you had to pick a song to represent your current stage of life, what would it be? And love the pod. Thank you, Kimmy. If I had to pick a song that represents current stage of life,
Old Me by Nino Pay.
you've been spamming listening
It's
to
only
that
2 in the
song.
morning. How?
For
gonna get
me,
into
it would probably be like I don't know. I'm tied between either Without a Warning by The Weeknd or like I don't know, like Hunger on Hillside or some shit by J. Cole. Those have been 2 songs that have been recurring like theme songs for me.
I thought you was about to say that. What's that one song he literally said last night? He was like, "This song is like."
That's one of my favorite songs.
Oh,
Lost
Lost
Boy.
Boy
by
Yeah,
Jaden
Lost
Smith.
Boy,
That
yeah,
one I've been
Lost
listening to it a lot, but for my stage right now, maybe Without a Warning. Maybe Without a Warning.
Without a warning. What's yours?
Shit, it's probably like in between the abyss or
By The Weeknd.
Enjoy the show.
By The Weeknd.
Yeah, by the weekend.
W. What you gonna
WW.
say?
Put that nigga Allen on a Weekend Reddit.
Please, I beg you.
I have to really dig down into my playlist to see what the fuck. I'd say right now, I've been blasting the fuck out of Gunna. Goddamn, the song
Yeah,
Goddamn, that one,
Mm.
or Don Toliver, Last Laugh. That might be.
Yeah.
Oh, I think
I saw somebody else ask us if we fuck with Don Toliver. We already
Someone
answered
did.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, a question. I don't want to make
W
this too
done.
long, but why does that song kind of like represent your like?
I think for
Who's
me,
like
right. I think for me right now, with Without a Warning, that song is one of like that song. Has one of the best like outros I've heard from The Weeknd because it's very like you can picture it being played and performed in a stadium. Like it's very like grand, like orchestral or whatever, and it kind of like represents like at least for me, it makes me feel like niggas are ascending for something or whatever, or like it's when you're accomplishing a bunch of shit at the same time, and I feel like it's like grand enough to represent that because that's kind of where I am right now, and especially with all this shit because of y'all.
Yeah, because
Hell
y'all
yeah.
Crazy.
Shout out y'all.
Y'all
Yeah.
tune in.
Shout out.
Look,
Anyone
man,
else want to give their
appreciate
reasoning, or we probably don't have time for that?
Yeah, we probably don't have to. I was gonna say I can't go back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't go back. Hell
Now
yeah.
mine's just a therapy session, but
W.
shall we?
W.
All right, cool. One of y'all can take this next one.
Want to take this? I can take it. As a young kid who is sadly
Say
more
his name.
informed.
Who
Oh,
is it?
sorry, Agent Duck. Appreciate that. JaamTalks. You know what I'm saying? As a young kid who is sadly more informed than some adults, it's pathetic that Donald Trump is giving women $5,000 if they give birth. Pregnancy costs at least $20,000. It is pathetic that this man wants us to make more children, but won't fix these other problems that severely damage the future generations, such as me, Gen Z. #JaamTalks. Appreciate that.
I had to look,
bro.
I had to look that up.
They did some like baby. It was like I forgot what it was.
They're
like,
not
some
lying.
initiative or some
Put a
shit like that.
$5,000 baby bonus convince Americans to have more kids.
Bullshitting.
That's ridiculous.
What
Bullshit.
the fuck?
Meanwhile, you're taking money out of people's 401ks, crashing the fucking
Yeah.
market. And then you just
Getting
blamed
rid-
it on
get-
Joe Biden.
It said
Exactly.
New
We
York
didn't even
Times
mention that.
reporting that a proposal for $5,000 baby bonus may be one option for juicing the birth rate.
Juicing the birth
sounds like
rate
a
is
good
crazy.
idea. to me.
Niggas are gonna spend that.
birth rate.
Niggas are
Like
gonna
this is
spend that on a
fucking
fucking. Niggas are gonna spend that on a car note, fucking groceries, a 3.5, and Hennessy. Stop bullshitting.
He said,
Fuck are we talking
yeah,
about?
yeah, which is so funny because
Baby fucking bullshit. You're bullshitting, nigga. Nigga, I'm gonna buy a whole pound. Nigga, you're bullshitting.
yeah, Trump said that they could get. That sounds like a good idea. Trump, you could say the fucking moon is yellow, and he'd be like, yeah, good idea. That's some bullshit. You know how you also juice the birth rate? You take care of people.
Yeah,
You take care
You
of
know,
it.
yeah.
You take care of
It's
people.
so
their
fucking
fucking
simple.
rights.
Yeah.
It's so
You
simple.
don't-
Let people
Give
have their
people a
fucking
comfortable
rights.
get
enough
rid of-
living where they don't have to literally be dying, getting like
Exactly.
checks or whatever. Then yeah, they'll we'll have a
Nigga,
kid.
what that is that's an incentive for white people who get that 5,000 to reproduce because they swear on God that white people are some fucking minority at this point and we're losing it. No, dumb fucks,
No.
we're integrating. We're not fucking slaves anymore. So yes,
Times are
Jared,
changed.
yes,
Times are changed.
Tom, your white daughter may get with a nigga and may have a baby with a nigga. Next thing you know, Tom is sitting here, the birth rate.
Yeah.
Nigga, no,
It's
we're
because-
integrating.
because
They
Fuck's
don't say
sake.
it, bro. They
Yeah.
genuinely think
Racist
slavery
ass
is like the
Right.
golden time.
Yeah,
like through their
Jesus
actions. they
Christ.
don't say
It's
it.
because
Who's the? I mean, realistically, who's the only people that could, if they did that 5,000? Who's the only people that would use that 5,000 for birth? Something with kids, whether it's a baby shower, whether it's a buying diapers. Who?
Yes.
People that are established. Who are established in this country? White people.
and
Shut the
best
fuck
believe
up.
that they do some
Period.
fucking procedural roadblock to make sure niggas don't get that.
Yeah.
Same thing they did with the PPP loans. But
Bullshit. Some bullshit.
yeah, some bullshit. But
W Jam Talks.
WJM
yeah.
Talks.
Thank
You
you
got
for
one
that
more comment, by the way.
More.
Mm-hmm.
Bet.
All right. This is from Marco YOLO22. I just want to say, as a 34-year-old from Chicago, yes, sir.
Shout
I'm
out.
happy.
W.
WW the man, WN.
niggas started speaking that
He said that bull. 2 hours.
I'm happy and proud to see 4 young black men who are secure in themselves and still growing in a positive light. I can't wait to see what great things y'all achieve moving forward.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Appreciate
man.
that.
I think getting
My
into
boy.
this has truly taught us how much of a rarity it is to see. Like, I've seen people. I saw someone in the comments. It like, and we'll end with this. It was the funniest thing. The nigga was in disbelief. He was like, we were talking about the men painting their nails. And he was like, these people, they don't even have any of their own beliefs or whatever. It's a shame too. I almost fell for it. I watched the video. I was like, wait, you watched the video? You heard us say what we believe, and you said, nah, this gotta be fake.
He has his nails painted right now.
Like,
What the fuck?
Yeah,
we live
Niggas
what
are,
we say,
niggas
bro.
are Delulu.
yeah, we believe.
It can't be. It can't be.
They don't stand on it.
Niggas who are not bigoted.
Get off your fucking couch and go outside. It's just
Yeah.
free.
Trust me,
Niggas-
your
niggas
life will
say
be a lot
absolutely
happier if
say,
you
bro.
let go of that.
Go
shit.
outside.
Yes.
Get a guard.
Please.
Get a guard.
You can get a pard. You can get a
Garden.
garden.
Get a garden. Ladies and men. Shannon in jail. Allegedly.
Simple case.
Simple
Thank
case.
you guys for watching this episode of the Jam.
25 for life.
If
Done.
you did enjoy it, please, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, share everywhere.
Oh, absolutely, man.
You're all
Please.
bullshitting if you don't share the video.
Okay.
It's been fun. We'll be back with y'all again next week, like we usually do. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I had a good time.
Hope y'all enjoyed it. I had a really good
Sir,
time.
Where can they find us, bro?
Man, they can find us everywhere. We talk about ACAT.
Oh.
What?
Go around in jam format. We got ACAT.
Oh.
We got Spotify.
Oh,
We got Prime.
oh, damn! What the? What else we got? Shit. YouTube.
We got YouTube.
We got Instagram. Oh,
We got TikTok.
oh.
Shit.
Thank you guys for tuning in as always, and I hope you have an awesome day or night wherever you are. Peace.
I have to shit.
Thank you for watching this long. If you haven't already, subscribe. What are you doing?
What is you doing?
What are you doing? You think we just sitting here doing it for nothing?
You think you're gonna sit here and not
Need
do
to
shit? Like, hear this shit.
Click that I know you're not subscribed. Click it.
Cool.